They're feeling that they've got some decent momentum, though, by the looks of this. They're pumping. They want the Chrono. Or the Virtuoso, rather. No Distort available. Has the Blade Renewal, though, of course. But can't get it in time. The Willbender gets the hunt alongside Gornet. There's the kill. Oh, can Cole make it? I think Cole has to go for this. He's going to go for it. Does he have the movement? He doesn't have the movement. Oh, they have to force a decap here. Can Cole do that? They have the Willbender. They should be able to. They have an outnumber on the map too, so they can afford to force this 1v2 for a while. Azadome in trouble. If Fly finds his 1v1, the game's won. That's huge. We have got a PvP tournament to watch. Here we go. Okay, so we got a lot of teams, obviously. Let's have a brief overview of who's actually going to be playing. So we have Ex-Zagfr, which is Az's, I believe. Let's see, we have Maya team. Misha. Wow, that's such a bit of a banger of a first game, actually. This could potentially be good. We got, Master Disaster versus Slogui, okay? Got that going on. Avatar, a.k.a., obviously, we know who this is, guys. That's, Held Dazite, a.k.a. Master of the Universe. Zintrax being played as well. Zeolith, French team. That could be French Worms. So I think this is actually probably the most interesting game in the first round. Let's take a look. Oh, never mind. I can't get in. I won't take a look. We have multiple French teams, guys. We have multiple French teams here. Let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so here we have... This is Az's, right? We have Pain, Kill, Goku, and Esprit. Wait, so this... I believe, guys, we are seeing a French cook. We have this Condition Herald build. Now, it's an early round, so they might switch this up quite a lot, actually, as we go on. But we actually have this Condition Damage Herald, guys, with Retribution, Corruption, and Herald, with the Tyrant Amulet, right? With Rune the Lynx and Demon Queen. Then it's Pain on the Thief. Obviously, no surprise to see a Thief here. We're done with 2v2 and 3v3, so we're now on to Conquest, the real game mode, where you are going to want a Thief. Support Chrono from Kill, obviously, and then Goku on Warrior number 1, the Spellbreaker, and Esprit on Warrior number 2. It's Heretic, and yeah, we're going Defense, Discipline. I think probably on both of these. We might see, who knows, maybe we'll see Goku break out the Strength Warrior as well at some point. But anyway, this game is going to be very straightforward. I kind of want to have a look at this Misha game. I think we can watch this one. That one can be watched. What's the other French team, though? Like, I want to see some of these rosters. Let's see what these rosters are. Okay, we have Zintrax, Calamus Azadome, Notamelon, and Hanyu. Okay, it's someone. Okay, it's some gamers here. Okay. Seems like a good roster there. We've got the double Thief setup. Again, this is early days, right? Like, this is very early days, so it's entirely possible that we see some different builds being played later on. People will just be playing, like, some meme stuff early on, quite likely. Or it's certainly not impossible. Let's see what the 55 team is looking like. Where is... Oh, I think rank 55 got a... Wait. Oh, no, it's still going, actually. Wait, they still have not accepted the queue. Accept the queue, guys. What's going on? What is this? With Maya, Erazik, Enigma, Wolf Spider, and Sloth here. So, an interesting kind of variety of players there. On the blue team, we've got Chocolate Tenebrae. Never Satisfied is playing the Deadeye here. We have Cranel, and then Zenvo as well. So, kind of, a bit of a assorted, kind of like, feels like pug teams to me, actually. Like, I recognize some of these names. We've seen these players about the place, right? The big question, though, is these are like, like what, not like fully formed teams, I feel like. It's like, oh yeah, let's play the TOL, right? Like, it's not quite going to be what they need to, to be fully organized, I suppose. All right, now let's see what 55 is playing. All right. So, it's going to be Abindo, Syndrana, Frey, Draza, and Misha. That's actually a pretty big one. That's a powerful team. Abindo on the Reaper. Syndra, of course, on the Deadeye. Frey on Spellbreaker. Draza on Spellbreaker number 2. We absolutely love to see that. And then Misha on support Chrono there as well. Where's Boyce? I believe Boyce is actually not in this version of 55. I believe Boyce is basically the cheerleader, the coach, okay? The mascot, right? Like all of those in one, And here on the red team, we have Slugai, Lisa, K-Tranda, Phil, and Heat. Wow. Incredible. Yeah, Boyce is retired. Yeah, Boyce is cheergy. That's right. He's like there, just like cheering on the team. It's going to be big. All right. Let's see what we got going on here then. Boyce goes will sub in. No, yeah, he'll probably be their sub for Master of the Arena, yeah. I would imagine so. Alrighty then, guys. Let's see what we got. Let's see. This could be an interesting game, I think. We have Lisa playing this. I believe this is the Condi Herald. Yeah, this is the Condi Herald build that we saw being played by Azaz there. We have the Necromancer as well, the Reaper, Daredevil, and the Spellbreaker. Now, Spellbreaker is pretty good right now, and not a surprise to see 55 push 3 nodes. I think this is going to be something we're going to be seeing a lot of the time, especially because of the double Spellbreaker in this setup. Like, having 2 warriors that are going to be able to contest these nodes really effectively, I would expect basically every team that is getting towards the high end here will be actually doing a 3-node play, right? Like, pushing immediately with at least 1 player to the other side of the map, which we see right now. 55 already taking a pretty advantageous map position, like their opening split's definitely working out a little bit better. They've obviously planned a lot of this out. And we are seeing the Spear on the support mesa, by the way, that Misha is playing. That's not actually a surprise, because I think there was a bit of experimentation when it got released. People weren't totally sure about it, but people really played it a lot during push and also during the 2v2 and 3v3. And it turns out that even when you're running the Avatar Amulet, this weapon actually really brings a lot of damage to the table. It's very, very high DPS, actually, as it turns out. Even Relic of Rivers, actually. This is a very powerful relic, obviously. Like, on basically every build. Has some nice synergy with Chrono, too, right? Because, of course, it gives you that mega recharge speed. And, of course, you even get a little bit more damage while you have Alacrity after dodging there. So, pretty nifty. But we do actually see a couple of kills being secured onto 55 here. But the problem is for Red Team is that they are not really converting that into anything valuable. In fact, it's entirely the opposite. They have not really been able to get any kind of node control whatsoever. Lisa trying to push across the map there. Gets a lot of damage coming through from the warrior. Actually, support Chrono will be able to portal the warrior away. But the blue team successfully defends over here. They do actually end up losing their Deadeye, which is certainly not ideal, but I think the map is going to start to stabilize a little bit. We have Abindo and Misha. Maybe looking to deal with the Necromancer. Look at the damage, guys! Oh, look at the damage on that support Chrono. It's actually a little bit wild. They do need to actually make sure this Necromancer gets finished, but yeah, the Blue Reaper is here to cleave that out. No problem. Finishing that kill off. And now pushing back in. Second warrior here, Draza. It's going to be pushing this 1v1 into Lisa. Yeah, Spellbreaker will, I think, pretty much eat this Herald alive. Support Mesmer from Red Team has moved in. 55 doing a good job controlling this match so far. Heat being pushed away. Abindo will now be rotating out. I think we could be seeing, you know, Frey potentially hanging around here. They're going to be chasing down this warrior. Wants to try and put a little bit of pressure on, following the warrior over to the other side, denying the decap. Meanwhile, the team fight kind of rages on here as well over on middle. And we need to wait for Abindo to rotate in before this fight actually starts properly. Here it goes. Here's the big CC. And yeah, we just have the focus offhand actually as well for Abindo. I think is he playing? Yeah, he's playing Carrion Amulet there with the Intelligence Sigil to get that guaranteed crit on Spinal Shivers. Really big power spike that can kind of happen there using that Carrion Amulet, because of course Carrion having power, pretty big here. Now, Draza needs to be a little bit careful. The team fight, certainly not one for them just yet. Support needs to come through. He's playing very aggressively. Feels confident to get that heal scoff and then start pressuring the Necromancer. Is able to do that. The Condi Herald in these team fights is a little bit scary. I think the amount of AoE Condi is almost like having like a double Necro, so you have to watch out for that a fair bit, but blue team able to kind of persevere, get the job done. The Thief actually got caught in roads as well at the same time, and blue team 55 are going for a pretty damn robust start to their tournament here. They do appear to kind of be the better team in this situation, like both in terms of the team fights and those rotations as well. Heat is almost certainly going to find themselves in a very, very rough spot there in a 1v3 very shortly while Abindo moves over to kind of bully the support Chrono Monster a little bit. Support Chrono, not much of a 1v1er, you know, maybe a little bit better than it used to be actually, with the ability of the Spear to do some DPS, but already getting pressured while the team is coming off respawn here. And as you can see, Red Team having a lot of difficulty here. 200 points down in this game, unfortunately for them. And yeah, 55 looking very strong. Let's go take a look at another game. This is not really going anywhere. Wow, the Az's game was a 500-0. Not super surprising. Let's see if we actually have any close games that we can have a little bit of a look at. This one actually might be interesting. Might be a bit more of a, you know, okay, we have to make a decision, guys. We have to make a decision. We're making the call. I'm going to go again to this game. Let's go. It's time. Okay, so we have the red team with 370 points. Can blue team make their recovery here? So we have a Willbender, a Core Guardian, Reaper, Core Warrior, and Spellbreaker. And blue team are going to have to make this happen very, very quickly, or they're going to find themselves in an unwinnable position in this match. They're doing pretty well on middle. They're outnumbering 3-2. That means they've got to be a little bit careful there on the other side of the map. They've got to get these kills very quickly. Can they do it? There we go. They get it. They are triple capped right now. So they must gain momentum very, very quickly. They're going to find the second kill, I believe. There we go. Bunker over here on the Wilbur. They're not really playing a bunker build, but, you know, they're kind of pretending, right? They're pretending to be playing a bunker build. You know, that's it's a thought that counts. And blue team actually winning this fight as well, by the way. They're doing a good job on this. Support Guardian really putting in the work there, keeping this Necromancer alive. They should be able to get that kill soon, especially with their allies rotating in as well. Now, all they've got to do is actually go for a decap on the Temple, and they can get back into this pretty well. If this Necro can get a kill quickly on the Willbender, they're going to be extremely happy about that. Should be able to. Has the Elite Shout. Are they going to go for it? No, they're just going to go for more damage by the looks of it. Oh, they really want to kill this Willbender, actually. They really, really, really want to kill this Willbender. Not quite able to do so. And now blue, they do have a problem here. They have to push this node. How are they going to make that happen? Oh, I like this. The Warrior being very sneaky, going around the back. Oh, but actually red team was smart here. They were looking for it. They were waiting for it. They had the awareness. And that's not good enough. Blue needs to respond to it. They need at least another player. It's got to be a DPS. I kind of want to see this Willbender getting in it. Looks like he wants to go for the buff. I think that's not a bad play, actually. But I feel like the Warrior need to stay installed so he can get this buff and then push into that fight. Like, I think blue team's got to be more aggressive here. They need to be a little bit more aggressive. They have to push this decap. I think the Willbender knows it. Should be, yeah, is going to go now. I do like the top buff there. That's going to give them a huge amount of points, but they need to neutralize this node or they are going to lose this game. Oh, and the Warriors are already very, very pressured. But actually, the burst from the Willbender is absolutely insane! What? Oh my god, Dreamwalker finds two perfectly stacked red players, obliterates them. Oh, but the Core Warrior was holding down middle there. Oh, the Signet? The Signet's not going to land. I think it got interrupted. Yeah, it got power block interrupted too. Here comes the renewed focus. The Core Warrior is going to make it to middle. It's 492 points. They've got to hold on. They are going to get a second cap in just a moment, but they cannot yield middle. They have to hold out. They need reinforcements. This Willbender, I think, has to come and rotate to help them. Unless blue team can somehow make a bit of a miracle hold, they're going to need some help. But actually, maybe it's okay. The Spellbreaker should be able to bunker this pretty well with the Defiance stance. Both side nodes capture their... Oh, and red team actually lose a player. This kill is massive for blue. Goes for the stomp, finds it. The Reaper getting that kill is huge. They've got to hold on. They don't want to accidentally give away this decap. 419 points. Blue team. Look, that is the reverse caster curse there. Like, we join and blue team makes a very sick recovery. Some good decision making, I think, there by the blue team to make a little recovery in that matchup, actually. Very nice. Big comeback there from the blue team. Very exciting. Very, very exciting indeed. Okay, that's probably going to be kind of the end of that first round. Oh, there's a really close game going on here, but it's probably kind of over, isn't it? Oh, hang on. We've got another comeback, but actually we kind of don't because they're all dead. Oh, is there some kind of miracle that can happen here? Like, oh, it's like a DPS chrono, actually, I think. They've got to somehow hold on and maybe find a kill. They've got a double cap, but they need to decap this node, which is literally impossible, seeing as they're dead. And red team wins. Wow. Wow, look, this guy's floating. Look at this, like some bugged animations on this Condi Berserker Warrior. Wow, insane. Yeah. Willbender damage is pretty high. It definitely is. It's a powerful build. That's the end of round one. This is a 6-round tournament, of course. A lot of gamers entering in this one. Okay. Let's see, are there any big matches coming up here? Person of interest. That sounds like that will be a big team, you know? That will be a big game, potentially. Floating. Floating. Okay. Oh, that's you? Oh, yeah, of course it's you. Yeah. Rocket Launcher. Look, wait, I still see you as Rocket Launcher, by the way. A classic, guys. Yeah, he's changed his account name from Rocket Launcher over to Person of Interest. But we all know the original situation. We all know, guys, the original account name. Ah, Captain Crapface is here. He'll be complaining about Warrior Spear while playing it. Very nice. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Intrigue I trust. I think, wait. Oh, dude, I didn't know this. Wait, what? Dude, what are these teams? Like, everyone is playing with, like, a random team. We have Demolish, Gold Scum, which, wait, is this actually the same guy? Like, I have no idea how many accounts this guy's had permaban and gone through, but he's back, guys. We have Intrigue I Trust over here on the Ranger Untamed with the Spear, Unknown AI. And we have the Weaver here as well, and Lord Chicken. Yeah.
An enemy ship is pulling into the harbor.
Incredible.
It's the Capricorn.
Very nice. I mean, this game is probably going to be relatively straightforward. Once again, we see 55 going for a push. People were asking for the Warrior build. Here's the Warrior build. So it's very defensively oriented with the Heretic Amulet, Rune of the Fighter. Relic of Rivers, obviously a really powerful relic. That Alacrity uptime, just enhancing the defensive potential of this build with Defense, Discipline, and Spellbreak. Kind of like the standard stuff here. Defiant Stance, Signet of Stamina, Shake It Off, Balance Stance, and Rampage as well. Yeah, so far, big team fight popping over here on middle. Draza finding the kill onto the Blue Reaper almost immediately. Support not going to cut it there, I'm afraid. And red team, we're going to take a fairly commanding lead. And we have Frey kind of 1v1ing over here. It's going to be, I think, a pretty stale matchup here, actually. Like, both builds fairly defensive. The Weaver, very, very tanky, but I don't think the Warrior will be able to kill the Weaver or vice versa here. The Ranger is trying to rotate in, but of course, being chased down by Syndra moving in from middle here as well, simultaneously getting into the mix. And I think this is going to be a very, very, very straightforward game here for the red team. Let's see if we can find any kind of games that might be a little bit spicy, you know, like a little juicy. There might not be that many actually in this round, but we'll see if we can find something good. Maybe this game actually might end up being pretty good. Oh, dude, no. Red team is just absolutely dominating so far, actually, unfortunately, for the blue team. What is this comp, by the way? We have... oh, it's Axe Daredevil, actually. We have Axe Daredevil, Scourge, Spellbreaker, Harbinger, and then Willbender. Definitely a very novel strategy. We have a 5 warrior setup here for the blue team as well, playing a couple of different flavors of warrior. We have the Condi Spellbreaker being played here, going for the self-res. The red team is unaware of this, actually. So we have Condi Spellbreaker with Relic of Rivers, Undead and Carrion Amulet, Defense, Discipline, Spellbreaker. Then we have the regular Spellbreaker here with Heretic Amulet. Then we also have full DPS Spellbreaker, I think. Oh, full DPS Berserker, rather, actually, here. Relic of the Warrior, Infiltration Berserker Amulet. And we have another full DPS Berserker, I think, over here, too. And then finally, we have a Spellbreaker that's also DPS with a hammer. Some pretty wild builds here. This is the God comp, guys. I mean, I think it will be pretty... This would be pretty cool if one of them was actually running support. There's no support warrior here. You definitely could run that. That would really help them in some of these fights. I think especially keeping these berserkers alive would be really useful for them there. But they actually have to get a couple of kills, and red team actually not able to get the res on this Willbender, I think. Surely not, right? No way. The Scourge is going for it. Actually gets it. Like, that was pretty big. And I think, wait, is this blood magic? Yeah, it is blood magic. That was paying off. But red team were able to get the bell during all of that as well, actually. So Pretty big deal to actually snag that bell for free. They do lose one of their players. I think, you know, Berserker is one of those builds I think people don't encounter very often. You really have to respect it. You know, it is a bit of a meme build, but if you tank Berserker's damage, you will get destroyed. Going for the Stomp here is not going to be able to land it, of course, because of that CC, but is that going to be a rally? I don't think so. Oh, it actually does. Yeah, the Wilburner did manage to get a hit on that at some point, and it didn't run out of time, so was able to get that rally there. But red team needs to actually get some nodes. They've got a lot of kills. They've killed 3 from the blue team here. They've taken it all down, but now they're heavily outnumbered. They need to be a little bit careful not to just feed in here, because the red team is at their home node. And if they just keep going in, they are going to have a very, very rough time there. Or one warrior's moving in. I don't like this. You do not want to do this, especially not as a berserker. They're maybe going to go for a big one-shot. They're just going to go for it. And they actually succeeded, by the way. Red team was not ready for that, but the Berserker does kind of die a valiant death. The Scourge trying to hold on here as well, spamming every button there as well. The barrier is actually pretty good, and red team just kind of go in and feed. Yeah, like they needed to go for a regroup there, I think, and they did not do that. Wait, this guy's going for a Vengeance res, and he actually gets it! What am I watching? What is going on in this game? They are, of course, going to die in a couple of moments, and I think the revived warrior is not going to be in a super good spot either. Heavily outnumbered, of course, by the red team, and they are now going to be bled out there a little bit. The bell is coming up in a minute as well. They've got to be careful. Blue, they just keep running back in. They're fighting on this map as a 2v5, as a 3v5, very consistently. They are going to have some respawns coming through soon. It's a 4v5 now, but red team just looking to go for a kill. People are getting completely caught off guard by the Berserker, but the damage from the red team is actually enough there to actually secure that kill. The support from the Scourge kind of, well, not really doing anything now because they're not there, but like having a little bit of support from that Necromancer was certainly helping them in some of those fights. And blue just feed. I mean, I'm not going to lie, blue is just feeding. I don't really understand what's going on. They keep running in and dying instantly. I'm not really sure what the plan is here. I don't think there is a plan, unfortunately, and that is not the way to win this game. They run in again. The Willbender from red team absolutely blasting away their insane DPS. Scourge in a little bit of trouble. Needs to be careful. Is going to go downstate there, but the Willbender cleave is absolutely massive. Look at that damage output, and the rally comes through, and another kill secured there. More kills. Is downstates like bouncing up and down, yo-yoing these HP bars all over the place. But at the end of the day, I think red team has kind of got this one in the bag at this point. A very chaotic, a very explosive game, that's for sure. But I think red team have now kind of got this one in the bag. Apparently we have a close match. Someone has scouted a close match for me. Okay, let's go take a look. Let's see what we got. Which one is it? The Not a Melon game? Let's go have a look. All right. Oh, yeah, we absolutely do. On the red team, it's going to be Zintrex, it's Calamist, Azadome, Not a Melon. And Hanyu here as well, up against Fly. Sword. Oh, this is a pretty good team, actually, yeah. Cole Summers. One of the most powerful fishing players in the world. World third, cod walking, swimming amongst mere minnows. Gauntlet. Ashen Lord Asol here, role-playing on the Reaper. Love to see that. Need to res their support, though. Can they get that? Well, it's not going to happen, actually, is it? They're going to have to disengage this fight. Red team landing an absolutely crushing blow, taking the Willbender down, and Fly falls too alongside Gauntlet and, of course, Mamayas. Red team full wiping there. And this is going to be during the bell. Ooh, that is catastrophic for the red team, actually, here. That is really not good.
Cannons loaded.
That is not good at all. Bell coming through now. And blue team scrambling to respawn. They're going to have to concede that bell. Did red team get the first one? They didn't, so it's only 25 points. That's not a game breaker. But they are still actually losing this player. Elderwood Bard Cole, also a powerful role player. 15 seconds on the respawn. Oh, this Chrono's got to be careful. Goes in, gets blasted there by the red team. And now we're just going to have to see if blue team can make a recovery here. It's definitely doable, but they've got about a minute to do it before that triple cap essentially locks them out of this game. It's going to be very, very soon. So they've got to make a very big recovery now. They've got to start making plays. And to be honest, they've got to get a couple of people across the map, I think. They need to be neutralizing. They're going to go for the kills. They do find it there. The SD, oh, this is like the full bound, like mega DPS thief, actually, being played by Fly. He is now going to go for the decap, though. I like that a lot. And we have Cole decapping that too. They've got to finish that kill. They finished the Virtuoso. Now blue team need to take this this fight here in middle. We have the Andrew Tate Catalyst in a little bit of trouble. Being eliminated here. Tries to jump up. He's running away from the police guys, evading the authorities. Some good roleplay here from the Red Catalyst. He's able to do it, but how long is that going to last? Only time will tell. Wilburner pushes in. He's got to be careful. Has no renewed focus. Gets supported quite nicely. But actually, it's kind of very dry, and I think the red team can smell that. Yeah, the red team have identified that. They want to get that Wilbender. That's where a lot of the damage is from. It's not going to be enough. And that's the kill. There's no revive here. Druid was pushed over to far to get this cap, but it's very, very difficult now. Blue team's going to have to disengage, but they really don't want to concede that node. Maybe Cole can get a really sneaky decap. That could be really big here, but now blue team has got to hold off. And there's no blink on this Chrono. That is just so bad. I don't see this Chronomancer getting out of here alive, to be honest. Goes for the heal. Actually gets it just barely. Really good movement there from the blue Chrono. Bell coming up. Oh, Cole did get that. Is actually a disgusting decap. That keeps blue in this game. But now the Thief has to be matched. I think we have to see Fly try and match that, or someone has to match that Thief. And they are moving over. Yeah, the Wilbender pushing alongside Fly. They find a kill. Has to contest. Fly knows it. He's going to go for it, I think. Or maybe the Wilbender is. Yeah, looks like the Wilbender. Oh, they don't get it, though. That's painful, actually. That's very painful, because the Catalyst is here, and also the support Chrono. Maybe they can nuke this support Chrono. They have some serious burst damage, but oh, the Wilbender, so unbelievably squishy as well. Support from the Chronomancer is going to be very, very good, but Azadone blasting away there with the Axe Daredevil as well, actually. A bit of a popular build. In play here. It's such a weird build. Like, you wouldn't think these tiny axes can one-shot you, but believe me, they absolutely can. Blue's got to win this fight. Azam goes in, actually gets cleaved immediately by all of the Wilbender damage. Oh, Blue, they're really close to being able to hold this and stabilize this game. Cola's 1v1ing on middle. That's good. If Blue wins this team fight into the Bell, they can recover this game. But it really is razor edge right now. They're playing defensively, going for the Bell, looking to go for the cap on middle. Cole actually winning his 1v1. Should be able to pick up this kill with the assistance there of the Thief, but the Thief almost actually runs in and dies. Fly has to be super careful there. He's able to get out. On the other side of the map, we have this big team fight, but Red, the blue team can't let them get this cap, I think. The kill is secured, and Red may be greeting for that node, getting punished now. And they contest. This is Blue are absolutely popping off. They are playing out of their minds right now, guys. This was really, really big. They're playing insane right now. They've got to hold on. Yeah, Cole finds the kill, I believe. Yeah, he's able to get it. It's like a Condi Druid, a Duelist build. Yeah, the Sage build with Dagger, and then Sword Warhorn. Very nice. Now, blue team's got a triple cap. They just got to bunker this. The Thief 1v1 is going on there. Andrew Tate in trouble. There it is. Pops the Obsidian Flesh. He's able to escape. Thief 1v1 is very relevant. Cole's moving in to help out, but had to leave middle because of that. And there's the decap. Oh, this is painful. Blue team, they've got to keep up this rotation here. I do like the decision. Just let these Thieves 1v1. Cole can resecure middle here. I think he has to greed for the node, and that means that blue has to play safe. Because they are going to be outnumbered without their Druid temporarily. They're feeling that they've got some decent momentum, though, by the looks of this. They're pumping. They want the Chrono. Or the Virtuoso, rather. No Distort available. Has the Blade Renewal, though, of course. But can't get it in time. The Wilbender gets the hunt alongside Gauntlet. There's the kill. Oh, can Cole make it? I think Cole has to go for this. He's going to go for it. Does he have the movement? He doesn't have the movement. Oh, they have to force a decap here. Can Cole do that? They have the Wilbender. They should be able to. They have an outnumber on the map too, so they can afford to force this 1v2 for a while. Azadome in trouble. If Fly finds this 1v1, the game's won. That's huge. Fly actually does find the 1v1. They call him the Rotator, and now they call him the Duelist as well. Able to kill the Deadeye. 5 points in the pocket. Gets the double cap as well for the blue team. They've got to... Do they have to force this decap? They actually don't. They win on 2, especially if they get a kill. They can't concede middle, though. Oh, and they actually don't. Oh, they do, but they do get a kill. But now they've got to deal with Zintrex. Oh, no. Conceding that node was brutal. Now they have to force this. The Mesmer going for the res too. Can Gauntlet clear this? He should have the poison to be able to do that. Oh, no. Conceding this node may have cost him the game. Zintrex, all he's got to do is die on node now, and this will win the game. Does he have Defiance? He does not. He has Rampage, though, and a full counter. Oh, no. No, 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 no. It's over. It's over. Bunker Warrior, also known as the Breaker. The ultimate Breaker breaks this game. And Zintrex falls on node. Is there a knockback available? Doesn't matter at this point. Oh, blue team just made like a tiny mistake at the end. Such a tiny mistake. They just needed to not concede that node to their opponents. An incredible comeback from the blue team. But just at the last second, they needed to greed for that node. They had to hold it, or at least keep it neutral. And unfortunately, they did give it away to their opponents. And Zintrex brings the game home there with the bunker. Bunker's down, gets it done. Bunker God. Bunker God Warrior there. You hate to see that. You hate to see it. We actually have French on French action. That's going to be good. Let's see. What is this Perfect Storm team? Is this like an actual team or what? Cole, my god. I mean, yeah, we all know it, guys. Cole is rank 1 legend. Easily rank 1 legend, too. It's not even close. Toro double spirit. Look, Guragashi, he loves it. He loves that stuff. It's wicked. Yeah. It's absolutely wicked, guys. Cheese. Hello. Hello, Mikram. How you doing? Right, let's see. Is Perfect Storm a team or what? Let me get in here. Is the cat rain over? No, we haven't done the emote cleanse stream yet. We will be doing that, guys. Not all emotes are going to live. Like, tuh, buh, and yuh. I don't think all those are staying. You better be ready. There will be a cleanse. I think this French game is going to be interesting, and I'm just going to quickly check like who Perfect Storm is. We're going to check it out. Very nice. Vic in the chat. Demolish in the chat as well. Gamers in the chat. Ready for the Tournament of Legends. We're here. We're ready to go. Perfect Storm game is not going. The Zealous game is, though. Here on Fofire. Expect a bloody matchup. Let's see what we got. French on French action. Here we go, guys. On the red team, Zealith, Krog, Riken, Malumba Congolo, and Nezio. On the blue team, Az's ult account, Pain, El Inspector, aka Kill, Goku, aka Win or Go Home, and Esprit. Esprit Tyrannosaurus. He's a dinosaur role player. He has tiny arms, very large body, and a giant head. Okay, so see how this French on French action goes. Not surprised to see the double warrior comp going for the push. There's double warrior here from the red team as well. They didn't go for a push, but they're sending their thief over there now. So Pain is going to have to be aware of that. Like, he's not going to be able to get there. They're really pushing for this kill onto Krog. I think they should be able to get it as well, or at least force that decap. Playing SD. Not a surprise here to see this build. Of course, Cinder are playing the Deadeye, but this build is a bit of a bunker buster, right? Having that sword dagger. Has the unblockable, has the boon removal. Very good for dealing with tanky targets. Even playing the bound for some pretty crazy damage. Not quite as slippery as your usual thief builds, but that's not always necessary in these matchups. Has to be a little bit more careful, though, and can even do well in these team fights, but does end up getting caught there and focused. And it is a big target to focus, right? Like, normally, you wouldn't really care about the thief too much. Like, you'd play it relatively chill, but a build like this, you've got to bully it a little bit. Like, if you let this free cast on you, it is going to kill you 100%. It's actually red team picking up that kill there, and of course, the Deadeye being played here by the red team as opposed to the Daredevil. Az is going to have to deal with this Deadeye. I don't think he's going to have a lot of kill potential here on this. I think he's kind of in trouble. Like, Deadeye is one of those builds that you do need to have very high mobility to be able to actually contest into it. And you can see the Herald kind of struggling with that a little bit. The Thief simply kiting this out pretty effectively. It does appear to be a bit of a stalemate, though. Some good line of sighting from the Herald, denying a lot of the damage coming through there as well. Glint Heal coming up pretty soon. Blocks available here as well. So looks like Az is pretty okay, at least for the time being, using this terrain to minimize the offensive potential there of the Thief. Yeah, you can see that the Thief not able to get like a good line of sight to actually get those sniper shots on. In fact, the Thief is going to leave move on to some greener parts of this. So very well played there by Az, actually, able to kind of negotiate through that 1v1. But once again, Pain is going to be this focus. Support Chronomancer from Kill is in play, though. Should be able to keep him alive pretty well, at least for the time being. Blue team grabbed that node before pushing back over to middle. We've got an epic Warrior 1v1. Essentially Bunker Warrior versus Bunker Warrior action. Going to be truly epic over there. And team fight starting to ramp up over here on middle. Ooh, big damage there going through, though. Pain gets a brutal plus onto Krog. Finds that kill. Red Thief maybe a little bit behind. Didn't respond to that quite well enough. And Pain gets the better of his opponent. I think in a match like this, when you have like these relatively tanky builds, you almost do want to be looking at the Thieves a lot. Like this is this is a 5v5, but in another sense, this almost is a bit of a 1v1 between Zealith and Pain, because in order for these warriors to die, you are kind of going to need one of these Thieves there a lot of the time. Like, you need to have that pressure. And even in these team fights, these Thieves are going to be big players, like assassinating targets. There's a lot of tankiness on both sides here, right? Like, very, very tanky builds being played by both of these rosters. So the Thief is going to be a big playmaker here. Now, Azaz, though, outnumbered. Goku moving in to actually help out with this. Azaz should have a little bit of defense available, though. He should be okay. Glint Heal has been used, so he's a little bit out of steam right now. Here comes Goku. Of course, does have the ability to support his teammate a little bit with Banner of Tactics, but the big counter pressure coming through there should be able to kind of keep this Rev on his feet, at least for the time being. But it's certainly not out of the woods just yet. He's going to go for a kite, gets on the side, has to be careful of not getting pulled, is able to kind of outlast that a little bit. And now we have the support cry, so this should stabilize. That will allow Goku to leave here, I think. And indeed the Chronomancer as well, as this resolves into a 1v1. So good rotation. I mean, Azaz is kind of popping off, man. I feel like Azaz is blasting this game. He's been a real obstacle for the opponents. Like, a very, very major issue. They have not been able to kill Azaz. The Deadeyes tried. The Deadeyes invested a lot of time into killing Az. They even 1v2'd him there for a significant amount of time, and he did not die. And that is where this map advantage is manifesting from, I believe, right now for the blue team. Yeah, really well played there by both Azaz and Pain and Goku in that scenario there. They really leveraged the map to their advantage. We now have Goku 1v1 into Krog. Of course, it's on blue node, so blue team is super happy about that. Blue team's winning the team fight on middle as well. So that's looking really good as well. For the blue team. All that Necro might get taken out. Support Chrono trying to give him the super speed. It's going to be enough there. Shroud in a couple of seconds. Necro able to retreat quite nicely, but there's the triple cap. And it's a pretty solid triple cap as well, actually. Look at this. We've got Warrior here on the waterfall. Another Warrior over here too. And we've got the support on middle. Well, we've got the Herald rather on middle with the Thief. So what's quite interesting is that we almost do have a triple duelist setup from the blue team. We've seen that Az has been more than capable of holding his own in a 1v1 or 1v2 situations. Then you have the double Spellbreaker as well. So a very robust map control oriented composition coming out from the French Worms here. And they've got this on lock. Warrior still here, support, like sharking around middle. Another Warrior over here. Like, red team does not have an obvious point of attack here, in my opinion. They really, really don't. And again, as long as these fights remain even, it's completely fine for blue. They're fighting on their node. All they've got to do is not die. Pain tracks the Thief very nicely. That might even turn to a kill. Yeah, Thief's got to be careful there. Zealith in trouble. Is going to get taken out. Yeah, very nicely matched there. Some big CC from the big Worm. Worm's leader, Esprit, of course. And then comboed that with the Thief's damage from the rotation. And they actually get a kill on the red Thief. And this is almost going from bad to worse now. That kill is secured. They tried to go for the res. It's kind of an important res. They really wanted that, but they weren't able to get it. And all of a sudden, this is looking very unwinnable, actually, for the red team. Look, guys, the French team's looking good. I'm just going to say it, man. Like, French team is looking pretty hot right now. This is very clean. And this team is no slouch, guys. This is some, like, absolutely top players, right? Top French players. It's kind of Worms, too. You know, it's kind of the B team of the Worms, you could say. But certainly no slouches whatsoever over here on the red team. Lots of monthly AT winners, as you can see, but they're not able to compete with this. Main Worms roster is unstoppable. But yeah. This is they're very impressive stuff here from blue team. I think them versus 55 is going to be very exciting indeed. They have a slightly different approach, right? Like with this Herald being brought into the mix and the Daredevil versus the Deadeye. So there's a bit of a different approach between these two rosters. Ooh, Azaz lands a brutal combo there as well. Using like the multi-hit with the Abyssal Block with the Shiro heal for a lot of extra damage. And Nezio is going to be driven away now. But yeah, this game is all but over. Again, there's just no attack points, right? Like, look at this. We've got Warrior, and Herald on middle. Like, this is basically the chokehold that this composition is capable of kind of developing as the game progresses. If they get to this position, it's going to be extremely difficult to actually break through this. And the Herald, of course, has a nice added bonus of being very good in the team fight as well. It's another really nice thing this build can bring to the table. Has a lot of that AoE condition pressure that Con the Herald is very well known for, right? Like, has a lot of that damage. So when it's kind of paired with the Chronomancer, it's a little bit like a Necromancer, kind of. Like, in a certain sense, anyway. With what it can bring to the table. And yeah, this game is over. Let's see if we actually have an interesting game. Oh yeah, Master Blaster versus Perfect Storm is a 400 to 33 game. Let's see if we have anything close. Actually, this game is relatively close. Let's go ahead and hop into this one. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, on the red team, we have Tempest. We have Dragon Hunter. We have Virtuoso. We have Chronomancer. Is this a double support? Actually, might be like a double support build. Interesting. We actually have like a Lightning Rod, Water, Aura Share, Tempest. But it's actually more of a DPS build.
See that? Red team got
Transcend Tempest, focusing on like sharing a lot of auras with Dagger Warhorn. So a lot of aggression here. Tempest fighting into the Scrapper is on the red team. So let's see how much damage. I believe this build is going to pump. I mean, look. This build actually pumps. The Scrapper dies in milliseconds to the Tempest. And that is going to be the end of that. Oh, I like this bleed too. Ooh, needs to be careful though. Tooth Fairy Cameron. Willbender moving in. That Tempest has got to be careful here. Might have grabbed a little bit. Ooh, the Mistform sub. I like that. Finds it. Willbender now going to have to deal with the Necromancer as well. Big damage from the Willbender connecting. But needs to get a down state quickly if they want to have any kind of business winning this 1v2. I believe that's not going to be happening right now. You have the Tempest damage. The Air Overload connecting big time actually with the Shocking Aura into the kill. DPS Tempest absolutely slamming. It turns out, if you do run any build with Marauder Amulet and Fireworks Relic, you will absolutely obliterate people. And that is what we see kind of happening now with that Dagger Warhorn setup. More kills being secured, and red team should have this one kind of in the bag. They're going to grab that node. They do have their support Chrono. Not in a super comfy spot, 1v1 into a Scrapper, but they are going to get some assistance from the Virtuoso. So never mind, the Virtuoso is in fact going to go back over to that other node. The Necromancer is going to be the one to push in there as well. The Reaper
team wins a capture point.
getting into the mix. Ready to go. And ready to pump. Yeah, the Necro should allow them to win this 2v2 relatively easily. Blue team health bars getting very, very low indeed on the blue team. I like the Tempest, though. The Tempest is kind of holding it down. I like this. Like, just prioritizing the node. Pops the Tornado. Of course, with Lightning Rod, it's going to bring some serious DPS to the table alongside that Shocking Aura as well. Every CC is going to also apply weakness and also do some damage. You can see the Tornado, the Wilburn, not really knowing what to do against that. Ends up getting kind of deleted there. Another Shocking Aura being used. Though, oh, there's the Orb. The Lightning Orb connects into the Overload. That should finish this. It does. And there we go. That is going to be the end of the game. Kill secured here by the Tempest. Node secured. Game secured. Could go for the kill there, but is actually going to go for the, honestly, kind of the dominance play. Just like let him bleed out as the game ends. I respect it.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
And it's done. The game is over. Are there any other games still going? Someone got the Lord. Whoa. This team actually got the Lord. That's crazy. Right, we actually have... Oh, wait, wasn't this the Comeback King? Hang on a minute. Dude, can Blue Team do it again? Can they do it again? They haven't got long. They're looking to maybe do it, though. Warbanner finds kills. They're behind. Warbanner comes through. I believe it was... Wait, was that like red team? Blue team? They tried to stomp, but they missed, or it was blocked or something. They've got to finish this kill in the Warbanner. They've got to actually win this rally war. They can't lose. They have to win this. They've got to get this kill. I like the hand res, but this Willbender, he's got to find something. They actually get the kill. Has to hold on, though. Is there a revive? There's no revive available. Support Guardian does not have anything. I think they are not going to be able to make the miracle happen this time around. The red team is able just to keep pushing back on in and continuously secure these kills. They're going for the res, and they're starting to win. They're starting to rally. Oh, a massive interrupt on the receive the light there. But I think it is a little bit too little, too late for the blue team, as even though they make a valiant effort to recover this game. Oh, no! Dude, they had a massive comeback, and their opponents had a massive comeback in this game as well. Tempest Overlord, exactly, yeah. Tempest Warlord there. I think that actually might end up being the latest game. Actually, never mind. Oh, wait, there's a really late game going on here. This one is super late. Ooh, hang on. And once again, we have a bit of a comeback here. We have this red team here with Chloe in Trig I Trust leading it. On the blue team, we have a Moon Girl, Angelos, Vengeful Rusk, Guardian Defoe, and then Hollow Ego Check as well on the blue team. Actually making a little bit of a comeback, holding the double cap, trying to get back into this. Hollow doing pretty well, actually, in this 1v1 against the Weaver. Big damage now connecting. Team fight on the other side of the map, I think, very important, but actually an outnumber in favor of blue. That means that red team's point of attack is going to be middle over here. And let's see how this player's able to hold on. It is this Herald build that we saw, right? And it's not dead just yet. Support Chrono moving in. A little bit of Torment ticking away, but the Chronomancer arrives just in time, actually. Blue team, the Hollow, able to win that 1v1 decisively, securing the waterfall over there for the team. The Weaver going to be driven away. And blue team continue their ascent into victory. We have Demolish versus another Warrior 1v1 on a neutral node that's probably staying neutral forever. So this team fight is going to be a big one. If red team can win, they can get back in, but I'm not sure if they are winning right now, actually. The blue Necromancer kind of blasting. Needs to be very careful, though. Needs to get some support. Gets a dodge roll off. Has a heal in 1 second. Oh, gets a big heal there from the support Chronomancer. And at the same time, they're ready for the aggression onto their opponent's support. Can they find that kill? I think they can. Yes, they can. This should actually be, I think, a victory locked in for blue at that point. They find that kill. A very good survival there from a Rusk. Holding on. Decap comes through there from the Red Untamed. I'm not sure if that really matters that much anymore, as it's only a minute and 52 left on the clock, so as long as blue team just keep this state relatively even, they're okay. Looks like they might be able to grab middle. I think this Weaver has to go for this. Has to get in. Yep. Good decision-making here from the Weaver. Leaps onto the point, and everything's neutral, but red team, they've got to win now. Where can they win a node? Looks like middle is going to be their target. Sending a lot of players. They're committing a lot of players there.
Like that. Blue team takes a
But blue has actually secured this, and that means this Untamed has got to win this 1v1 pretty damn quickly. They've only got a minute left to win this game. Red team, Gold Scum, going in. Trying to push, trying to pump. Let's see how this one goes. And red team actually loses the fight, so that's going to be pretty much the end of this game. Not recoverable anymore. Some good team fighting at the end of this game for the blue team. And they recover themselves. A very slow game, though, actually. Like, pretty much, well, it's going to go to timer for sure, actually, at this stage. This is a timer game guaranteed, but it is not winnable. Demolish was able to win his 1v1, I believe. But, of course, it's a little bit too little too late. Demolish maybe thinking about going for the Lord, but I think realizes he's only got 1 minute on the clock, so there's basically nothing that can be done here at this stage. He's going to go in through the door, but can he kill the Lord in 30 seconds? I really don't think that's possible. I think a Lord play, honestly, wouldn't have been the worst here for red team, actually, as well, just to get some points on the board. But they don't have 350, so they won't win the game. He's going to go for it. Let's see how low he can get the Lords, right? Like, it's, you know, the guards are actually going to be problematic here as well. They're kind of annoying. Like, when they're all here, they're not actually that easy to deal with. He is pumping the Lord. But yeah, the healer, right? Like, the healers heal the Lord, which is very annoying. He's not able to connect his damage. He's here all on his own. And the game is going to end. And he actually dies. Demolish dies to the Lord, guys. The NPCs obliterate him. And he is sent out of this game defeated. And that is how it goes. All right, let's see what we got next. Do we have any fat games? Well, these games are pretty tame so far. You'd not need to show that. I mean, look, it had to be shown. We have to show it. That was the content. The cards, yeah, the casters, they, you know, people always underestimate them. They really do. Like, they heal the Lord so much, actually. Like, when they get their cast off, it's really not a good time. It really isn't. Let's see, do we actually have any spicy games? What is this roster? The Eternal Colosseum. Okay. XX Gamble God XX. Ah, it's the Malgus team. Up against Team TB. One guy, this guy is like really in on it. He named his character TB Dazox. He's like role-playing. Nobody else did, though. That feels bad. Oh, it's this guy. It's Kreger Gaming. Holy shit. It is wild to me how it is literally the same people playing PvP after all these years, guys. It is literally the same people. Yeah. You love to see that. The 55 game is big. I mean, let's see what we got. Versus Chocolate. I mean, to be honest, I don't... Look, again, maybe I'm just like shilling for the top teams, but I don't see any team except French contesting 55 right now. I think that's realistic. What's this team, actually? Is this a interesting game? This is actually... Oh, yeah, this is actually a pretty decent team. Yeah, it's like the Luna team. We've got the Luna team, the Para. Yeah, this is some blasters here. Could potentially be an interesting match here. Let's see what we got. On the blue team, we've got the Druid. Got the Vindicator, actually, still. Not the Herald being played. It's kind of a conditioned Vindicator. The Tyrant Amulet being played. We have Depression, Luna, Kuma, actually, on the Warrior. Can actually go up against this Rev almost. No, the Warrior, rather. Not the Rev. Kind of looked like a Rev, but it's not. That's a Warrior. We have the support Chronomancer here from the blue team. And, of course, a Catalyst as well. Okay, then. So, let's see how this is going to go down. Both teams going for a push so far. And so far, the blue team actually doing pretty well in this team fight. Getting a lot of pressure there onto the support Chronomancer. This Catalyst really going for it, actually. Bringing some serious heat. A build that's kind of, you know, this has fallen out a little bit of favor, really. You don't see this build so often, but it can certainly still deliver a bit of a pack-a-punch. That is for sure. Meanwhile, this Vindicator, or the Spellbreaker, going to hold this 1v2. I think I actually will be able to do that. I think the Deadeye just going to try to, or rather, sorry, the Daredevil, going to try and force the node as best as they can. It's going to take a while, though. This Warrior holding on pretty nicely. But there it is. Has to concede the node. Does not have a Defiance Stance for a while. Has the full counter available, then Defiance Stance in a couple of moments. They really want to push for this kill. I think the Warrior should live. Oh! Barely gets the Defiance Stance, and now they're really in trouble. Didn't get a high-value Defiance Stance there whatsoever. Some really nice kiting here by the Blue Warrior, though. Does live long enough for the Catalyst to show up, and they're going to try and turn around. The Warrior's got to be very careful, though. Has a full counter, but yeah, maybe a little bit on the greedy side there. Could not actually end up surviving there, and the Catalyst is going to be forced to run away in defeat. They did win the middle team fight, though, which is definitely pretty good for them. And as long as this Ranger can do well in this 1v1, they could be in business. We actually did see some... We saw a Condi build from Cole do really well, actually, into the Warrior. That's not being played here, though. It's more of a kind of a DPS, kind of like a hybrid build, I guess. Yeah, it's like a little bit of support there, a little bit of Demolisher Amulet, some damage, more of a power-oriented build with the maces, as opposed to anything else. But bad news, guys. The blue team fully imploded. I think that their Warrior death there on fire kind of snowballed against them fairly aggressively, and red team was able to push across the map, leveraging the Necromancer to build some momentum and give themselves a pretty big advantage in this game. Vindicator is going to be bled out there by the Necromancer. Red team looking at a triple cap right now, doing super well for themselves. Now blue, going to have to see what they can do to actually get back into this game, if they can re-navigate this somehow. It's not going to be easy, though. This is one of those things about having double Warrior, is that if your opponents are able to get a map set up like this, they've got one Warrior here. You can see the Warrior on the map. And they've got another Warrior contesting another objective, kind of defending this half of the map. I think it's actually very difficult right now to actually find an opening. Assuming that your opponents know what they're doing, and obviously these teams do. It's hard for blue to actually recover this game, because these Warriors are just such roadblocks for them. They really, really are. Because even if a fight goes bad, the blue team, or rather the red team, is going to be able to hold on quite nicely. And it does appear that the team fight is very robust here for blue, actually, doing a very good job there. And the Chrono having to actually just die and then get revived by the Necromancer. Some conditions finally tick out. They want to get back into that fight to support their team as quick as they can, but of course there is still this Warrior here from Nezio, and Nezio able to actually kind of hold on. And even though the red team lost this fight, Nezio is here. He is ready to go onto this node and contest it. And kind of continue this fight and, like, lock down the map then. Look what happened during that, guys. Like, during that, like, one decap happened. It's going to be a second now, to be fair, actually. One decap happened, but red team just gained a whole bunch of points during all of that. So even though that fight didn't go super well for them, they're still very happy about that exchange overall, I think. They basically traded two decaps for 100 points, and that's, you know, that's not a bad trade for them. That's a pretty good trade deal. And in fact, they are even able to turn that around into a kill onto Luna, grabbing that sword buff and finishing off the support Chronomancer. And now they're going to be able to get this node back as well. As this Druid, I think, is also in some seriously hot water. Has Healing Spring available? Is that going to be enough to survive against the Warrior and the Necromancer? I think that's actually pretty debatable. Signet of Stone is going to have to be used pretty soon, I think. It won't help against the conditions, but it will help against the power damage of the Warrior. And Red get that cap. And Red have actually secured themselves a triple cap yet again after kind of absorbing the attack of their opponents, backing off a little bit, re-engaging, securing those kills, picking up the Druid now as well. Catalyst desperately trying to find some value, but support Chrono and Warrior, yeah, good luck trying to kill that. That's really not going to work out super well for you. And yeah, blue team, I think kind of out of options here, realistically. I don't think that they're realistically going to come back into this game. Like, maybe the answer here, it actually is a 5-man push. I know that sounds insane, but maybe that's what they have to do, because like with these, they need to kill these warriors. They just have to be a blunt instrument and just try to slam and get rid of the warriors of the opponents. And what they've been doing now, trying to kind of split the map up off respawn, it's making these fights just take too long and hasn't really been working out for them. They need like a proper reset and put their opponents on the back foot. But red team entirely in the driving seat, and they have won this game. Let's see, do we have any close matches going on? Any close games to look at? Yo, I want to watch the Avatar game, man. I want to see this Avatar game. Here we go. On the blue team, Master of the Universe, aka Avatar, aka Helder Zeit. Alatar over here. A little bit similar to Avatar, but subtly different. Okay, Kalkian NA. Chaos of the Arena on Wilburner. This guy is... And he's... Guys, every match with this guy is pure chaos. He sows discord, disorder to the Guild Wars 2 PvP scene. Oh, shit! He gets one shot by Axe Thief, though. That's what happens. You gotta respect those little axes, guys. This is not next patch. It's not nerfed yet. And the Willbender annihilated by the Axe Daredevil.
The artifacts have reached maximum power.
All right, then.
Red team
Kenshin. Blasting. Ready to go. Pumping. I feel like some weeb names on this blue team here. I think the blue team might be weebs. It's quite possible. Blue team get the sword. Very, very nice for them. I think they're doing okay in these fights too. Master of the Universe now helping out this Herald quite nicely. Doing well into this 1v1, actually. Pumping away at this Willbender. Ooh, but the Herald does die, actually, as blue team kind of splits up a little bit. That does mean this Harbinger is now going to be pushing in. This Warrior is going to be very, very careful. Master of the Universe has to hold on. Does have Mending. He's not playing the full bunker build, though. It's no Defiance stance, no Banner being played here, so he's a little bit squishier than what normal warriors are going to be. Nice. Resistance countered that fear, actually. He had some resistance from the resistance trait and was able to kind of ignore that fear as a result of that. Isn't dead to the Harbinger. If he doesn't die here, this is not the worst thing in the universe for the blue warrior here. Playing pretty aggressively too, by the way. He's almost like pushing for it. He's wanting to go for this. Wanting to go for this kill. Ooh, I almost don't like the red team Guardian leaving this, because I don't think this is going very well here for the Harbinger. Yeah, as you can see here. Oh, Big C's, that's going to be a kill. That's a kill guaranteed, I think. With the CC into the Spear Marshal support. Or a respawn comes through. No crit! But gets the stomp. Ooh, I like this decision. I like the stomp there. Lands it. Very good. Master of the Universe brutalizes one Necromancer, comes back for round 2. It's a Scourge. It's going to be annoyingly tanky to actually bust through this, I think. And the respawn will be able to get here before this kill is secured, I think. Unless the Scourge like just completely trolls, which actually is, of course, always a possibility. A massive Bull's Charge! Huge Bull's Charge! Does he have the damage to finish it off? He needs like one more attack. He's going to find it. Oh, he got blinded. He's got nothing left, though. Can he get the heal? He can. Oh, no, but he's getting 1v3'd. He's got the shield block. He can't finish this. Assistance is coming through now from Rude Goose, but the res comes through. Master of the Universe holds on. He's got 2 dodges, but oh, he couldn't quite get it done. However, the Chronomancer is going to be... Oh, no! You gotta be kidding me. That was a big play by the Chronomancer. I believe playing a... Is this a DPS build? I believe it actually is. Assassin Amulet for the Giga crit chance. Wasn't quite able to win the Rally War after a truly epic effort by the Warrior to hold on at that far node for a very long time. Yes, 1v9. Hell Desire 1v9, dude. Like, it actually is. Yeah. Master of the Universe. 1v9 in this game. And look what happens, guys. Master of the Universe dies, the blue team feeds. What a surprise.
The artifacts have reached maximum power.
Kenshin has a really disgusting bleed over here, though. That's very good.
Did you see that?
Fully bleeding out this warrior after winning this 1v1. And now Master of the Universe also crushing his own 1v1. That is a dead Willbender if ever I've seen one. Oh, he was out of range. No, dude, he was like 1 centimeter out of range on that Spirit Auto attack. That is a disaster.
Blue team
Gets the node, though, so it's not really a disaster. Just probably a little bit annoying. Little bit on the annoying side. Ooh, and gets a brutal breaching strike. Maybe a little bit too greedy here, though. Tanks up quite nicely and holds on. Has that full counter. Gets the CC into the full counter. Is now in a 1v4 situation. I think Master of the Universe is pretty much done for here. That's the end of that, but I think blue team still find themselves in a pretty advantageous position. I wonder if there's like any lunatic self-res potential. No, there isn't. The Scourge is aware, comes in, finishes the job, and gets it done. And that... Well, it's not the end of that, actually. Red team's got some potential to rebound. I think very difficult, though, especially if they end up losing a player here. Willbender and their Thief very low. Blue Thief is kind of on the hunt there. Just get pulled back by the Spellbreaker. And DPS Chrono does end up falling. No support for Blues. They're a bit vulnerable to getting staggered and destabilized. They don't have that anchor to keep their team fight stable, even when they're a little bit outnumbered. Oh, and now Chaos is going to be eliminated. I like this by the Thief, though. I think we go full cap here. Does Alatar. Yep, I think we do. Is there any potential to intercept this from the red team? I think there is if they leave now, and the Willbender is recognizing it. Should be able to bully this Thief away, I think. Oh, actually even gets the contest. Very nicely done there by the Willbender. But this point is now an issue. Yeah, and blue, they're playing this smart. Hey, honestly, Chaos of the Arena should not even be going here. Just go close. This is actually a very aggressive, very risky play. Ah, yeah, it looks like there was some communication in the team. Recognizes that they win off a single node, especially if they're able to pick up a kill. And they do so. They kill the Harbinger, no problem. And that does mean that I do not think blue team is going to be able to lose this game anymore. Like, even if they all feed now, it is a little bit too late for them to lose. And they get the job done. And they win the game. Some cool stuff there, and some, some good decision-making towards the end of that game. Blue team recognized what they needed to do to win, and, well, they did it. You know, that's kind of a bit of a classic, really, isn't it? Is there any potential comeback here? Actually, we have the Lisa team up against Unfortunate. Mercy has pets now over here on the Ranger. Not a druid, though, so it's not really like the Mercy role play. But, you know, I see where they were going for there, but maybe a little bit outdated. Got to log on to a druid. But anyway, red team wins the game. They got the double cap. Slew guy, ready to go, runs in, dies at the end of this match. He wants to get one quick feed in there at the end. Love to see that. Lisa also obliterated in the cleave that the blue team is bringing to the table, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Red team can feed all they want, and they still will not be losing this game. They actually did get fully decapped there, so I guess they could theoretically lose, but they also have a kill, and that's going to take them over the threshold to end the game as the Reaper swings the scythe and then gets it done. Did you guys know that some people pronounce scythe as scythe, okay? That's insane. I don't know who would do that, but I just... Now you're aware of that. Now you know. Yeah. It's a crazy world out there. It really is. You never know what's going on. Oh, hang on. We've got a bit of a game going on here. Blue team with a big advantage. Oh, no, actually, no, we don't have a game. Blue team wins. Because red team is dying. Their Tempest is dead. Their Scourge is dead. Their Reaper is also dead. They're basically all dead. Octopus. Shout out to Octopus. Condi Berserker Warrior. Falling. All of red team dead. Decap being attempted here, but they need to decapture middle as well. And I think we even might see a denial here from the blue team. No, not quite the Virtuoso. Maybe I didn't have blink available. Wasn't able to quite make it onto the node in time, but does not matter. As blue team have middle. And that will ensure their victory. And that surely is the end of that round now. It actually isn't. That's crazy. Where's the last game? Is this one? Here we go. Oh, hang on. Ah, well. Red team win. Grant the Dark. It's Nandal. Nandal here. Grant the Dark. Cryptis Lord. Yo. Cryptis Lord on the red team. Kensu 6th Mesmer. Grand Moravia Cheese is a mower right now. Will they survive? The answer to that is absolutely not. Virtuoso gets the stomp and ends it. Is there any universe where they decap in time? Absolutely not, no. Despair. Willbender gets back up there with the shield buff, I think, but the game is over. Cryptis Lord on the point spamming marks. Gets it. Wait. Team name Waltz of the Cyber Demon, aka Powerhouse of Doom. That's big. That is very big. That team name, guys. Very nice. All right, so we're going on to the next round. Let's see. We have Masters versus Interest. That actually could be an interesting game, I think. And where are the Frenchies? Oh, yeah, this is the, FF15JG. That's, like, the Ultra Numb team, or Ultra Scuffed, essentially. The legends are true. They are indeed true. Yeah, guys, RP is so back, man. RP is so back. So I think this game is actually pretty interesting. And also this game has some potential as well. Where's 55? 55 are in this game here. Master of Disaster. Misha, also known as the Master of Disaster, heading up their efforts to get the job done. The Master of Disaster. Skyhammer game. Okay. The Skyhammer. Alrighty then. So, we've got here on the red team Zealith. Of course, one of the most powerful French players in the game. Elementalist Gamer was able to obliterate the 3v3 tournament, of course. Or the 2v2, rather. With the Catalyst technology. And, of course, the Tempest as well. Krog. Spellbreaker. Soul Fighter Samira. On support Chrono. Necromancer being played in. Good map for Necro, honestly. Nezio. With the Spellbreaker. Another Warrior, guys. Double Warrior Gaming. Of course, in the blue team. Kind of some old All-Stars here. We have Fly, also known as the Rotator. Sword Flame Master, I believe all the way from NA. To go and play with this team. Ooh, go for a relog, actually. Let's see what it's going to be. I think it's going to be the Willbender, actually. Rogue Admiral Garen, I believe, was the Willbender. Being played by this player. So it's going to be a 0 Spellbreaker. And this is going to be a very interesting setup here, actually. We have Dark Cosmic Djinn. Some kind of League of Legends roleplay. It's actually kind of a... Wait. This is like a full-on League of Legends roleplay team. That's pretty obvious if you think about it, right? You can see that they're all role-playing as a League of Legends character, right? And this says a lot, actually. Like, Cole Mains Bard. Not a surprise. Ashen Lord Asol here. There's Gornet, of course. Dark Cosmic Djinn on the Chronomancer. Rogue Admiral Garen, the Willbender. I guess it's pretty appropriate. It's a bit of a spinny class over here on the Willbender. And the Thief, I guess, is kind of a, like a bit like Kha'Zix. But anyway, here we go. In goes the blue team. Very interesting setup. No Spellbreaker. I'm going to be interested to see how that goes. Now, what I do like about Blue is that they have gone for a very aggressive comp here. They have a huge amount of damage. I think that's where things get interesting. And one thing that is kind of cool here, actually, about this Druid pick, actually... Oh, he's actually playing a different build. He's playing more of a defensive build. We actually saw him play a conditioned Druid last time that was actually doing really well. I think he was able to kill Zintrax, actually, on the Spellbreaker, utilizing that build. This is more of like a hybrid support, actually, with the Avatar Amulet being played. But that Willbender and this Thief, we're going to have some serious kill potential here from the blue team. So this game is going to be bloody one way or the other. The big question for me is, are they going to be able to control the map effectively? Like, that is what these Spellbreakers bring to you. We see that here as well. Cole is not... I think he can decap here, right? He is playing essentially like a decap druid with the longbow and Glyph of the Tide. So he can decap a warrior, I believe, over time. And I guess very slowly capture the node. But he isn't going to have a lot of kill potential. And even if he gets plussed, I don't think he actually has a lot of kill potential. The good thing about the druid is that it will be able to support quite nicely in these, in like a 2v2 or a 3. It's almost like a second healer being brought to the table on this team, which is an interesting strategy being played by Blue. But this is definitely going to come down to map control. Can Blue team actually get this druid consistently sitting on a point that it owns? Like, if Cole owns a node, he is super happy about that. He loves to see that. And the Necromancer from Red Team having a very rough time. Getting chased down for the second time in this match. That Willbender and Thief absolutely insatiable. With all of that there. The res coming through there. But yeah, that's not going to happen. The blue team are able to respond to that pretty effectively. Thief being chased away. Does Cole nearly have the cap? I mean, he will get it eventually, right? Like, he is just going to continuously push the opponent off the node, but of course the Thief is going to move in to try and deny that as best as he can. But Druid going to be hard to kill for the Thief. Signet of Stone, very powerful, of course. Right, giving you that physical damage immunity will deny a lot of damage there from the Thief plussing in. Of course, matched now by the blue Thief at the same time. And Red Team trying to disengage here. But the Chrono actually gets caught by the Willbender. And here's the problem, though. Again, we're seeing the same issue, guys. We're seeing the problem, right? Blue need this druid to have the node, right? I like this with the Thief. They're pushing it. They want to guarantee this druid having the node.
Red team got a capture point.
But the problem is that those warriors are just giving so much control to Red. And Red are getting a pretty nice early lead there. Like, even though they aren't really getting kills, and Blue are the ones who are making these plays, getting these kills, right? And, you know, forcing the opponents to disengage and back away, they aren't able to control the map nearly as well as their opponents. Even though they're winning the fights, they aren't able to gain control. They nearly have this node locked down, and that will allow them to kind of push forwards towards middle, and they're doing that right now anyway. Actually, Chrono getting that cap. They should be able to get that. Necromancer here is good. If this druid gets the cap, then Blue is feeling good. But they've got to force that, and they've got to hold it. They do get it. Okay. All right, so now you can kind of see Blue Team's plan. This is their plan. Look at the druid, yep. And this is going to force the warrior to leave. The warrior is now wasting their time. They will not be able to decap this druid, I don't think. However, Blue Thief does actually end up getting caught there. Is there maybe a Glyph of Stars or something? There actually is. He doesn't have CA, though, so he's going to have to go for the hand res. Now, that unfortunately, they are going to have to concede the node for that. Yeah, the Thief was able to quickly blink over there. And Cole's going to say, you know what, fuck that. I'm just going to go for a decap. I do like that decision, actually. Cole is definitely capable of holding these 1v2s, even on far when there's respawns coming in. So I do like that. But this team fight on middle is now very, very important indeed. Blue team really needs to win this. Can they make it happen? Willbender getting heavily focused. Oh, gets hit by the stun right, kind of like in the jumping pad animation almost. And Red team land a pretty brutal blow here. They found an opening in this team fight, securing another kill onto the Thief.
Red team wins a capture point.
And Chronomancer now having to run away. Doesn't really have anything, actually. Distort in a couple of seconds. It's almost a falling damage death there. Oh, holds on, gets the heal skill off, and is going to be okay. But, man, Red team just kind of the immovable object. Blue team is the unstoppable force, but they... Unfortunately, the immovable object has defeated the unstoppable force, and the unstoppable force broke itself upon the immovable object. And I'm not sure if there's much of a pathway for Blue Team to win this game here, because they are incredibly far behind. And bear in mind, they aren't going to be able to triple cap. They only have a single duelist. So triple capping is not really a reality for Blue. The best they're going to get is a double. And I think, realistically, they're going to have a single with one neutral or even two neutral a lot of the time. And That isn't good enough at this stage in the game, in my opinion. I do not think that will give them the ability to actually get anywhere in this matchup. Even if they start winning now, I don't see there's much potential for them to actually make it this deficit. This is a 200-point deficit. That is a long, 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 long way in terms of point gain to try and scrabble that back.
Cannon operational.
Here we go.
Ready for targeting coordinates.
Blue team continuing to pump. Going for kills. You know, Hammer is up as well. Everything's currently neutral right now. And red team may be in trouble here. The Chronomancer taking some heavy damage. Is going to have to go through that portal. But red team get point A. Blue team super low. I'm not sure if they're going to be feeling that good in this team fight. Oh, actually, hang on. Krog gets exploded. Tries to contest there at the same time. But red team just has this double cap, right? And the problem is that red team don't even have to give this up. They're going for a very cheeky res. That is a really cheeky res there by the Thief. They actually might be able to get this. No, no, no. Blue team now starts to respond. And the red team warrior is going to be taken out. But bear in mind, there's another warrior available, but it's not ever going to be available actually to contest the hammer. So they're going to have to give that up. But again, they're so far ahead now. They really, really are.
Sky hammer calibrated.
Hammer for blue. So point A is going to have to be recaptured by red. But this game is over, guys. This game is over. Oh, yeah, very straightforward game here. Let's see. What else is happening? Let's go have a look at Master Dust versus Intrex. This could be interesting. Oh, yeah. We got a big one. We got a big one, guys. 5 minutes in. Zintrex here. 145 points versus 55. And Leonardra's Draza actually down. Like Asdom getting the full cap. Zintrex doing the same thing. Double cap in favor of red. They actually could find themselves some decent point gain here. Okay. And the Catalyst and the Chrono holding on to this. Now, they've got to be careful not to outnumber here for too long. They're going to have very limited potential to actually deal with Frey. Yeah, I like leaving the 1v1, though. That's a good way to go about this, I think. Azadome now. And, of course, who is this? Hanyu. Virtuoso. Running around there. Syndra gets taken out there, taken to the downstate, but gets rezzed up almost immediately. Red, though, I think pretty happy about this, right? We've got their support coming in to kind of stabilize this fight over there. Just supports and then leaves. Azadome and Virtuoso doing well. Ooh, very good hammer there for 55, actually, forcing the Catalyst to concede that. So very good rotation there by the Thief to get in there and get the job done in that regard. Love to see that. And all of a sudden, Sin kind of on a warpath there looking for the Catalyst. Might be able to find it. Gets the kill there, gets the snipe. Help with the warrior. The Chrono not able to get the save. Save the day. Not this time, anyway.
Just like that, blue team takes
Blue
the
team.
capture point.
Now in the mix. But red actually do kind of crumble a little bit. Both Azadome and the Catalyst have fallen. Good momentum now for 55. So red, they're going to have to bide their time there. They're going to have to wait for respawns. Zintrex might be able to hold on here, just have his Defiance Lance and an Endure Pain as well. So he's certainly not done yet. Has some good evasion and block still available to him. So it'll be hard to take down before the team actually does end up arriving here. Here comes the team. Catalyst now back in the mix. Here we go. And Notamelon in a little bit of trouble. Gets the Obsidian Flesh. 55, playing a little bit safe, not wanting to go too crazy. Abindo just kind of dealing with his Thief on middle. Another hammer for blue, though. Not really a big deal right now, of course, as everything is in their favor or neutral. And now it's going to be a case of, can red team manage to actually get back into this game? Can they find something? Can they find something here in this matchup?
Just like that, blue team takes a capture point.
Abindo blasting in this team fight. And red, they've now got their full rebound. If they can win this fight, there's potential. Abindo getting focused down very heavily, nearly out of Shroud. Has to get out. Gets his heal, though. Some good movement there, some good super speed as well there from Misha. Supporting that Necro, helping them get out of harm's way. They're a little bit exposed here, but red team not feeling quite confident to push that deep, at least just for the time being. Red team going with some decaps all over the place, but oh, the Catalyst just gets torn to shreds in the crossfire.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
Misha actually playing with the Sword Torch as well. So presumably it's going to be rifle, sword, torch. Yeah, a little bit more evasiveness, right? Like having that stealth. Very powerful, actually. You have to disengage from some of those situations. Red team not out of it yet, though. I think they've got one more fight in them. Like, if they die again, then they are done. And they're going to have to kind of think about this matchup and how they're going to play it the next time they encounter this team. Because if they want to win this tournament, they are going to have to face them again, almost certainly. Unless maybe the French eliminate them in semis or something like that. But, yeah, red team, ooh, I think we're kind of getting to the end now. As the red team not really finding a path of attack right now, I think. And blue team just keep on ticking on and on and on.
Cores installed. Charging the laser.
Syndrome ready to pounce. Virtuoso gets eliminated in stealth. Abindo going for the kill. Yeah. The revive comes through, but it's not going to be enough. Catalyst forced to run away. 400 points, and I think at this point, blue team, I'm afraid, they are a flailing headless chicken. They have been decapitated, and they are no more. There's not much to be done here. Sin gets caught a little bit, gets rezzed up, though, and this is the end of the game. Like, blue team at this point, they're just wasting red team's time, fighting them all over the place. We have a triple cap coming through. Draza handling this 1v1 pretty well. Yeah, I think Zintrex knows the game. Yeah, he knows the game's over. No real point in playing this, or maybe he's DCing. Could be both. Wait, holy shit. That was... He almost baited him. I feel like he almost baited Draza with an insane fake DC or fake AFK. But no, Draza responded. Well, I think he actually is lagging a bit. He is kind of... He is glitching out a little bit. Yeah, so I think there is a little bit of lag happening here. But anyway, the game ends. 589, 592. And what started out as a pretty intense game, I think, is... Well, I mean, it's kind of over now, isn't it? It is over. Any other matches going on? There's one here, but it's basically over. Oh, dude, wait. Surely Dreamwalker. Wait. Surely Dreamwalker makes the comeback. This is it. This is the comeback god, by the way, guys. This Willbender. Can he make the magic happen again? They're in position to contest, but Kaiser Mo needs to contest. No! Why is he leaving?
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
That is an absolute disaster, but maybe they can carry here. Gives the node away for free to the Untamed, but they are killing. They've got to go and decap. It's over. Dreamwalker. Wait, downstate battle here. Dreamwalker is down. Is the Guardian downstate? Thief downstate is actually high DPS, but the sustain... The sustain from the Guardian downstate. The poison from the Thief, though. It's actually so close. I think the Thief is barely going to win. Oh, no. Dreamwalker loses the downstate battle against the Thief. They can't get the decap anyway. Oh, what a catastrophic set of rotations at the end of the game here for the red team, I think. And blue team wins. Dude Slayers. Infernal Divinity win. And there it is. Another sadly unsuccessful comeback. All right, here we go. Ha! Huh, it's made in China. I haven't seen this guy play for ages. Holy shit. So he's back on the core guard, boys. Let's go. Highly buffed build as well. Yeah, this is much stronger than it used to be, that's for sure. Can Red actually recover in this? I don't think they can. No, they absolutely can't. Elemental Mace is ready over here with the Tempest standing firm over on point A, making it happen. Made in China getting taken out, and that kill will secure the game. That is the end of that. Incredible. I think that might be the last game. It absolutely is. Okay. So I think we're on to the last round now, if I'm not mistaken. We have Zealith versus Zintrex. Ooh, we have two big ones. So we have French versus Zintrex. And we also have the Master of Disaster versus Big Worms. Okay, Zealith team is officially known as Small Worms. Az's team is big worms. Deep worms. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Oh, no. Oh. Look, I don't want to say this, guys, but 55 have said that they view Kylo as a cursed map. They do not like this map. So it's a bad omen. A bad omen for rank 55. On the blue team, Abindo on the Reaper. Here he is, Rabid Amulet. Deep tankiness. Still the movement speed from the Lynx. Very handy, of course, in Conquest. Relic of the Reaper. Death Magic. Curses and Reaper. All the big AoE corrupt. All the big damage. All the good stuff. Will of Darkness for the blind spam as well. Bone Minions as well. Building up some life force here as well. Minions. Syndrina on Deadeye. Here it is. It's the Deadeye build. Unseen Invasion, obviously, with the rifle and sword dagger. Shadow Arts, Trickery, and Deadeye. Frey, Warrior number 1. We've seen this build before. Heretic Amulet. Rune of the Fighter. Relic of Rivers. Very tanky. Still packs a punch as well. Don't underestimate it. But it's something. And the same thing, of course, being played by Draza. A bit more aggressive with Relic of the Daredevil. Scrapper, Rune, and Berserker Amulet with Spear. And then Dagger Sword. So, kind of a more bunker-style build from Frey, with the Staff and the Spear, and a much more aggressive style build being played here by Draza. And of course, Misha on support. Up against the Worms, it's Azaz on the support. The hybrid damage Herald. Big DPS there with Spear and Staff. Pain on Daredevil. It's going to be the bound Daredevil that we saw. It's going to be Kill. Support Chronomancer. Goku on Warrior number 1. And Esprit on Warrior number 2. Abindo went for a quick relog there. Full Shroud available.
Blue team
Ready to
grab
pump.
the capture point. Red team
Okay.
wins the capture point.
And here we go. Is Draza? No, that is not the same person. So, this is going to be an interesting matchup here, because, of course, there's no Necromancer for Red, and I think that does mean that 55 should be doing well in these team fights. The Herald, I think, will not be quite as good in these scenarios. I think this is really going to be a very heavy rotation game. Maybe not the biggest amount of kills, and I think a lot of it is, I think we saw this earlier, right, with a different game, actually. I think a lot of this is going to be Pain versus Send, right? Like, the thieves here are almost the big players, and actually, we see Sin get caught by Pain immediately. Of course, the Deadeye is squishy, right? It does a lot of damage, but it is very, very squishy. It is vulnerable. It absolutely is. And Misha, of course, now, kind of up creek without a paddle. A lot of difficulty. Teleports around, has the continuum shift. Abindo trying to peel from a little bit. But a very good start now for French Worms. A very good start for them indeed. Rev in a little bit of trouble. Doesn't quite get the port there. Kind of glitched out there. Not sure what that was. But yeah, Misha now falls. Of course, they are outnumbered. They're very behind in this fight. Abindo is free casting, but it does not seem to matter. There's not enough pressure to deny that damage. And a very good start here for French Worms. They eliminate that thief. And that's what we're going to see a lot of. I really do. We're going to see a lot of damage here coming through that. Well, Cinder's back in biz, though. He's going to try and go for this warrior onto Goku. Goku actually has nothing. He's probably dead here. Yeah, he is going to die. Good CC from Draza denying that banner for the extra barrier.
Red team got a capture point.
So maybe a slight overcommit from Red. Weren't able to match the thief as perhaps as quickly as they would have wanted to, and now Sin kind of pushing over towards middle. But now he is going to have to interact with Pain once again, and I think Pain is going to show him no mercy. Both of these thieves really hate each other's guts right now. They want to get these kills and shut down their opponents, because again, like, this is how you get kills in this matchup. It's these two players. They have to be eliminated, and, well, they have to be utilized well, of course. Oh, and yeah, Pain actually, is he going to find this kill? 126 health for Sin. He gets it. Yeah. The Daredevil, of course, I think is going to do pretty well in a lot of these 1v1s. And Pain getting the bender out of these trades, kind of 2 for 0 right now. And now that allows him to deal with Draza. And of course, this should end up forcing a decap at the very least. Maybe even a full cap. Ooh, and Draza in trouble, actually. This Daredevil bringing some heat here. Good kiting there by Draza, of course. But he's not out of the woods yet, actually. Pain is ready to activate. He is pumping right now. Finds it. Gets a big short bow too. Kills Draza. Ooh. They might have to rethink. They might have to rethink the Deadeye, guys. The Deadeye, maybe it's just not, something's been going wrong. Maybe I'm just a thief noob, but it has not been working this game. Cinder's been getting caught. That Daredevil. Some smart plays by Payne to just completely, yeah, he's going to go for it again, right? He wants to just, like, completely hound this thief, I think. Deny the value from the Deadeye. It cannot be allowed to free cast. Yeah, Payne already harassing Sind on respawn. He's not able to connect. He's not able to do what he wants to do. Az is in a little bit of trouble. Has the heal skill, of course, available. Should be fine there. And 55, very far behind in this game so far. They are not in a good situation. Az should be okay. He absolutely is. He's good for now. And Sind is stable. But look, Payne just going for him. Look at the HP. 2k health. I don't think we can see Sind extend here. He's got to be so careful. And Payne is on the hunt. Very nice dagger fire by Sind. That was clean as fuck, actually. But is it going to be enough? I'm not sure it is, to be honest. Like, he's just being chased down the entire time. He's not able to deliver the value that he's able to in most of these games. The French, they've got a plan here, right? They know that Sind loves the Deadeye. And they've been trying to shut it down all game. They've been succeeding in doing so as well. This fight's a little unstable right now. And yeah, Sind gets caught again. Payne finds it again. And I don't think this game is winnable. This game isn't winnable, guys. For 55, I don't think. Very smart by the French. They're kind of on fire today, man. The French are absolutely insane. This could be a massive landmark win. Because bear in mind, guys, this is not some kind of pug. This is not pug 55. This is full 55. There's no bullshit here. This is full Worms versus full 55. No excuses. No way around it. This is full roster. Cinder's now back. He's going to try to go elsewhere, go for a decap, slow this game down a little bit. Have this warrior 1v1. That's going to be pretty much infinite here on middle. It's kind of bunker build from Freight versus Esprit. And now, again, I like this, though. Payne sees the thief, immediately goes for the hunt. Doesn't want to allow him even a second of freedom. Oh, but Sind, he's now actually pumping. He's having his revenge. After a pretty rough first half of this game. Wants to see if he can actually get the kill. Azaz finally dies as well in the team fight. Yeah, like as the fight gets longer and longer and longer, the Necro continuously blasting. Never really running out of resources whatsoever. And this could be a bit of a thing here for 55. Payne, maybe going for a really disgusting revive, actually, is going to go for that. I think Misha should be able to get the CC and the cleave to deny that. Yes, he absolutely is. And there's like a glimmer of hope for 55 right now. Sind getting this full cap. Payne is going to intercept it again. Just wants to find that immediately. And let's see if Sind has managed to kind of crack the code on this 1v1 matchup. It is a very important one. Big value here. This Thief 1v1 is critical. I'm not even saying that ironically. You know, a lot of the time I would be, but not in this context. This is a very important thing to be going on. Meanwhile, actually, Goku in trouble. Yeah, that Necromancer continuously applying pressure finds that kill. Meanwhile, how is this 1v1 proceeding? Az is here, so that is going to de-equalize it. Ooh, Sin's got to be careful here. Oh, he gets caught! The CC from the spear, I believe, combined with the damage of the Thief, is enough to actually get the kill on the Deadeye. And, that's a very unfortunate death there. It's just as 55 was getting a little bit of momentum out on the map. French Worms eliminate that Thief again, securing that kill. And Payne continuously blasting. This is going to be bad news for Frey. Don't think he can really hold on in a 1v3. Warrior's good, but it's not that good. Misha moves in for the support. Is he here in time? Has the Rampage? I think he's okay. Massive healing from Misha coming through right now. Has a time warp up in a couple of seconds as well. Yeah, Frey able to disengage. And Blue with one node on the board. And it's winnable. Like they can win, right? They absolutely can win. I've seen some crazier comebacks, that's for sure, but they're certainly at a very significant deficit. I think it really comes down to are the French going to allow 55 to come back into this game. I don't think they want to. Yeah, it could be a no boys, no win situation, guys. At least now, bear in mind, this is not elimination, so 55 are not out after this. But they're not going to be happy with losing, obviously. Like, even in Swiss, they're certainly not going to be enjoying that. And they are going to have to strategize around this. Like, we can just see Payne going for it again. Like, Payne is just going to be on Sind the entire game, and that is exactly what he needs to be doing. He needs to be shutting down that Deadeye. It has to get eliminated. It has to be shut down. Meanwhile, we have the kind of the team fight raging. And 55 did well here. You know, that Necromancer does put in the work. Like, the longer these fights go, the better it gets for 55, really. As the Necromancer just provides that slow grind, right? Like, that slow churn of attrition. As these fights progress, Draza going for Azaz alongside Sin. This is looking like a relatively dead Herald, but actually the support from Kill moves in. And they're able to get away with that quite nicely. Very low cooldowns on Kill. So Az is a little bit on his own for a while. A little bit of barrier, a little bit of support coming through. The healing is big, but 55, they've now lost that node. Worm's able to get the Mansion back into play. Oh, Az is in so much trouble. Mantra heal is going to be coming up in a few seconds if he can hold on.
Like that.
Oh, and he does, and the glint heals there as well. Very, very nice. And red team kind of getting out of the woods on that one. They should be okay, at least for the time being. They just got such a big point advantage. 200 in favor of them currently. One warrior planted down here on the mansion as well. Draza's going to need to win this 1v1. Like, we are going to see the Thief move in as well, but I think Pain is going to be following up very shortly. Yeah. So Spree just has to hold on for a little bit. This will turn into a 2v2. Yep, here it is. There's the Rampage from a Spree, and they're going to... Oh, he actually lands the rock! He lands the rock! And the CC chain! Oh, no. This is very bad for Sind. He doesn't have a stun break, guys. He does not have a stun break right now. He's dead. He's mega dead. He's omega dead. He's holding on for dear life. Gets the stealth. And actually gets the evade. There's just barely holds on. Is it enough, though? Oh, he has Shadow, so now he's okay. That was a very clutch survival in Pain. Not looking super healthy as well at the same time. Has his heal scope in 10 seconds. Is, in fact, going to be one who dies. Wow. Okay, that was big. That was a crazy survival there by Sind, holding on throughout all of that, even with a massive stun. A Spree in a lot of trouble. Also falls. Okay, that was pretty clutch. But it might be a little late in the day for that, I'm afraid. 372 to 152. And again, just having this node ticking away is so painful for 55. Azaz can hold on to it for a little bit. He's got his glint heal. Looks like he might just be going for the die on node angle. But actually, no, the Chronos here, so he should be able to disengage this relatively easily. 55 now picking up that node. Defending that there with Draza. Of course, we have this 1v1 still going on over here as well. Goku, I mean, that's going nowhere. It's warrior v warrior. It ain't happening, guys. It really ain't happening. Okay. Meanwhile, we have Sind. Nearly dying to falling damage there. Narrowly escapes with 200 HP. Has to stealth up. Yeah, Pain looking for him. Pain goes for the no-scope. Oh, he wants this kill. If he gets this kill, it probably seals the game, and he gets it. Is able just to get in there. Finishes it. Gonna bleed it a little bit. And I think that's kind of the killing blow in this match. I think that 15 seconds of no Deadeye, and that means that Pain has basically got another 30 seconds or so to do whatever the hell he wants on the map. Find this decap. Maybe even start full capping it now. Draza is responding to that. 3 minutes on the clock as well, by the way. 3 minutes on the clock. Not much of a way around this. And yeah, this is just, yep. I think that's actually going to be basically GG called. Goku is essentially all but AFK. He was barely even yep. He's not even using any abilities. Frey going for a rampage. French bunkering down middle. Guys, get your baguettes in the chat. Exclamation mark Worms in the chat. Because they're looking to take Tournament of Legends. They're looking to take down 55. And establish themselves as one of the best teams in the world. They're ready for Moda 3, guys. They're ready. And they take out a Bindo as well. And that really is the end of the game if they can finish that off. There's no recovery at that point. Kind of in an awkward spot for the French to actually pressure. Looks like the revive might come through. It absolutely does. And Azaz, while he was going for that, gets eliminated. But again, this game is essentially unwinnable. Is this game actually unwinnable? The answer to that question is yes. If Red Team AFK, they auto-win. 2 minutes and a half is not long enough to actually get enough points on a map with no secondary objective. This game is over. It is unwinnable for Blue. They have lost. And that's victory for the French, guys. Worm gameplay. I beg you. I can't anymore. Goku begging for mercy. He cannot handle this 1v1 any longer. He is mentally broken. Unsurprising, to be honest. I get it. I get it. Yeah, Kylo curse, man. Kylo curse.
Blue team
It's not a map they
capture
like. They don't
point.
like this map. And 55, they're going to have to rethink this. I do think... I don't, you know, we're not, I don't want to call things out too much, guys, because obviously these guys are insane at the game, but at the end of the day, they've got to fix this thief situation. They're going to have to resolve this. I think Sind was getting shut down pretty hard in this game. I think French ones identified that this was the point that they could exploit, was the Deadeye. And they knew that Sind loves this. He is a big Deadeye believer, and the French identified that, and they shut it down. Like, Payne was just completely on him the entire game. And they, there was a very clear focus. Like, as soon as they saw where Sind was, every player would go for that focus, right? The Warriors will be on him. Like, everyone will be on him trying to shut that down. And they succeeded in doing that today. They absolutely did. So I think we're going to have to see 55 adapt. Like, if it's going to be some kind of reroll to a different build for Sind, if they're going to have a strategic adjustment to enable the Deadeye a little bit better. But they're going to have to do that. But they need to figure out how they're going to approach this thief situation, because it really did not work in this game whatsoever. And 55, they have been defeated pretty decisively, to be honest, as well. This was not really a game where it looked like they were winning very often. 500 to 243. French Worms take that game. I think there's I think there's like a Zealith versus Zintrex game. It was actually won by Zealith, so French winning again. Double French victory has been secured. Oh, that's the end. I think that's going to a limbs now as well. Unless I just can't count. Which is possible. Oh, yep, there we go. So we're going to a top 8. We're now in top 8. Let's see what these matchups are. Oh, okay. So we have... Wait, dude. Master Disaster versus Hard But Not Stuck. Make it to the top 8. Zealith versus Slew Guy. Chocolate versus Maya. And we actually do have the French team, French Worms, obviously, versus Intrax. So, ooh, interesting, guys. Okay, let's look at this bracket. French are on opposite sides. The French could actually have a full French finals. They will not eliminate each other, right? Because this is how the bracket is, yeah? They're on opposite sides. So theoretically, they will actually meet each other in the finals, I think. And that's the same 55. Like, 55 are also on the opposite side, so it's going to be Worms versus 55 in finals, or potentially French versus French in finals if the Zealith team is able to defeat 55. Meanwhile, this is the big focus of this game here, I think. Yeah. You replace Boyce. Guys, look, we all know this. If you put Boyce on any team, it's immediate 500-0. Like, yeah, guy, you don't have to type it in chat. Yeah. If you replace this player with Boyce, red team literally 1,000 O's French team. Like, obviously, guys, come on. Please. You don't need to tell me this. Like, if you replace Esprit with Boyce, French Worms win 10,000 O. Yeah. That's just the way it is. Like, Boyce is the ultimate hard carry. He 1v10s every game.
The match starts soon.
This is going to be a good one, I think. This is definitely going to be a good one. On the red team, we have Not a Melon, Azadome, Neck, Zintrex. And of course, this Virtuoso. Interesting to see the Virtuoso here. Interesting build. It's full Zerka, full DPS, of course, being played it.
Hold on to
With
your
Illusions, Dueling, and Virtuoso. It's the Double Warrior here. Kind of the same setup here. This is the setup that the French think is good.
It's the Capricorn.
Of course, it's going to be Payne. And then it's going to be Azadome. It's going to be playing DP, I believe. And I think it is going to still be that SD again. And I do think it's going to be a Thief-themed match, guys. I hope you guys like Thieves. I hope you guys like watching Thief gameplay, because I think it's going to be focal again. Because, you know, we've been over this a couple of times. We can do it again, though. The setup that the blue team is going to be looking for is just going to be planting down the warrior and the herald on these nodes, and then defending them, and then rotating the thief between them. Now, of course, the bell does provide some additional complexity. They're going to have to manage that node as well, so they're going to have to handle 4 objectives, not 3. But that's going to be what it comes down to, really, is how is the thief interaction going to go? Like, is Azadome going to be able to kind of annoy Pain enough to deny him a little bit? Or, of course, will the reverse happen? And already off to a good start is the blue team getting that double cap. Blue team HP bar is looking a little bit low here. Defiance Arch just barely goes off, actually, so Warrior healing up quite nicely. Banner of Defense also connecting. Blue may be a little bit cautious to actually engage into this fight. Azadome very, very low. The support from Blue Chronomancer, though, is going to be good. But Blue playing it very cautiously, playing it very safe, like waiting to compose themselves before they engage. Now they're engaging. And let's see what the target's going to be. Thieves are actually leaving. Pain is kind of on the lookout, watching to see where Azadome is. You can see that on the minimap. He sees now. The thief is revealed. So Pain gets in there and gets the contest. Meanwhile, we have this big team fight. Of course, Reaper for red is a little bit scary. And, of course, the Virtuoso is going to have a lot of damage. I think that's a little bit of a reason for the caution of the blue team. They don't want to just, like, die, right? They want to kind of outlast their opponents, right? A lot of very aggressive builds. But, of course, the Necromancer just have that kind of sticking power that is a little bit scary, I think. For the blue team as well. Bell now coming up in a couple of moments, but it's a bit of a problem here. Like, red team has not really found any value just yet. Like, blue team has just been able to survive very, very well. Their plan is kind of working, for want of a better word, right? Like, there's, you know, the thief has been matched very effectively by Pain, so Azadome hasn't found anything really. The warriors are just, like, surviving. Like, Goku is fine. Like, Killer's supporting him. They're probably okay in this 2v3, at least for a while. At least for the time being anyway. Big damage from the Virtuoso is connecting. There's Distortion. Still available on the support, but is going to slowly start running out of stuff. But Bell is now in play too. Thieves 1v1ing each other. Bell coming out. I think we're going to see Kills to think about going for that. Or maybe one of the warriors. Looks like it's going to be Esprit who's assigned to handle that. That does leave Az is a bit exposed, so he's got to be careful. And here comes the bell. Looks like both teams are going to commit to this fairly aggressively. Notamelon now moving in on the support Chronomancer. Now is in play. Okay. And actually, Pain does die. Azadome actually kills Pain alongside the Virtuoso. So there's a bit of momentum now for the red team. They're now going to start blasting into this team fight. And this is a little bit scary right now for Blue. They need to hold this bell. They don't want to give it up, really. Thief now back in the mix, but Blue looking pretty robust here. They're looking very stable. They're not really dying. You know what I mean? Like, they did lose their player, of course. Their thief was assassinated, but the tankiness of this combat. Oh, a massive blast of CC comes through. That Rev Spear, that Rev Spear 4 is such a monster. It's almost like a gravity well on a very short cooldown. It's a monstrous ability, enabling so much damage to come through. Like Esprit holding firm here on the bell too. The Necro just not able to do enough damage to really break through. Yeah, Esprit is playing Staff here, so he is on this bunker-oriented build, as you can see. Very, very tanky. Blue just get a node back, and Goku in trouble. But again, has Defiant stance. Support Chronos here. Herald's here as well. There's no opening for Red. Red are just not getting any value. Yeah, they've got themselves 13 points, but I don't know about that one. It's not really good enough. And Esprit just holding on. Standing on the point. Reaper can't do anything here, but the Reaper can't leave. Doesn't want to concede the bell. So it's a bit of a tough situation. Having that Shake It Off, super nice too. Cleansing in the team fight, right? Like, has that little bit of support to help out the Chrono with dealing with the Necromancer's conditions. And this Necro is getting bullied, just getting shoved away. Warrior 1v1 obviously going. It's going to be very, very stale. Ooh, Virtuoso gets obliterated over here on middle as well. And this is an elimination game, by the way, guys. If Red Team loses, they are out of the tournament. So they need to figure something out if they're going to win this. They got to figure it out quick, too. They haven't got long. They really haven't got long. Bell goes to Blue. And I think this is almost kind of the end of the game, I think. I'm not sure if there's any real way out of this. What do you do if you're the Red Team here? What do you do? Like, you're not really, you know, you can't really win the 1v1s because they're very stale.
Be ready
The
to
team
give
fights aren't really going super well either.
fire once the cannons
The only thing they got was when they had that kill on Pain, and again, I think when you have a more like bunker oriented meta, like a slower meta where 1v1 is a very tanky, Thief becomes like the only thing that matters. And I very much feel that in a lot of these matchups is that nothing's gonna happen unless Pain and Azadome have an interaction. So if Red want to win, Azadome needs to do something. Like I don't know what that looks like, but he needs to kill Pain in a 1v1 and then snowball the map off that. That's what needs to happen here. So this is almost like the part of the game that we should be looking at right now, because if Azadome can do that, there's some potential. Oh, but Blue just get another bell. I think this game is kind of over, right? There's not much that really can be said about this one, to be honest. And Azadome also not really having the best of time in this engagement either. Pain doing a good job. Just kind of just playing for time here as well. Azadome is playing Axe, actually, which is kind of funny. Like, a lot of damage coming off that build, but I'm not sure if Pain is going to fall for it a second time. He probably got caught off guard by the Axe, right? Like, the first time around, but not this time. And he's just playing very defensively, not wanting to die. Needs to be a little bit careful here, but, I mean, Blue is just, like, very, very slowly winning, right? Like, slowly winning the game. Kill on the Virtuoso comes through. I think we've got to check out the other games, guys. Like, this is over. Like, the aggression, the damage from Red Team has been completely blunted, completely stalled by the Blue Team. I think Chocolate versus Maya could be good, actually. I think, yeah, this one's not going to be, this one's definitely not going to be ideal, is it? This is a bit of a rough game for the Red Team. There, I think Chocolate versus Maya should be relatively interesting. Let's see what's going on. It absolutely is. 200 to 200. Let's take a look. So we have the Spectator here on the Red Team. Decent Necromancer eliminated from Chocolate. Is there any revive potential from Blue? I do not believe there is. 50-point bell for Blue, though, during all of that. So even though they lose that player, the Deadeye able to very sneakily grab that. Okay. Let's see what the next target's going to be. Ooh, sneaky decap. Chrono. Oh, that's so annoying, actually. Yeah, Chrono has to go back and hold that. Has to wait for the Necromancer to rotate in, I believe, to actually help out holding into this. Of course, the Spear, you can see the Spear actually packing a bit of a punch there, guys, even on the support Mesmer. Able to fight back a little bit into the Deadeye, shove it away a bit, try to get this node back under control for the Red Team. They're doing a good job of that. HP bars for Blue, not looking great, actually. Cranel in a little bit of pressure. And Chronomancer, no distort. Then that's going to signal the Red Team to kind of go for this, but they've got to be careful not to overextend. The counter pressure is absolutely massive there from the Blue Team. It connects onto the Red Necromancer, and that is a dead Reaper right there. Red Team has the size. They're losing, though, because the Deadeye goes for the decap. Is able to find that. This next spell is pivotal. Bear in mind, Blue got a 50-pointer. 75 points to Blue if they get this. That will give them a huge advantage in this game. Oh, but if they lose their Chronomancer before the bell, that could be where things get really, really scary for them. They're trying to do the same to their opponent, though. Looking to really focus down the Red Chrono here on the Red Team. Not able to get it, though. Spectre now potentially the target. No Shadow Step on this Spectre, but does get a really nice portal. Able to disengage quite nicely. And here's the bell. We need a contest here from Red. Red needs to respond to this. They can't give this away for free. It is going to be the Spectre moving in. Maya moves in. The Spectator also looking to maybe kind of nudge towards the bell. Reaper stun does land, but not really anything going on there. Big Gravwell there from the Spectre, but the Necro is able to wriggle away from it. Ooh, Enigma under a huge amount of pressure. Does he have anything to live? He does not. Ooh, and that Willbender going for that hunt. Is there a rally war that can be won here? I don't believe so for Red Team. That is going to get cleaved out now. And this bell, oh, this is going to be so painful for Red. I'm not sure if they can afford to concede this. They almost have to find some weird way to stall this. They have got their warrior in position, so they've got some potential to do that, but it is going to be a 4v1. This is going to be a miracle hold required here from the Red Warrior. There's the Defiant Stance. It's now been used. Oh, I don't think we've got nothing, though. There's nothing left. The block's been used. We've got some evasion here from the Spear. Full counter up. Maybe the Thief can stand on the point for a little bit, but no, the Warrior's going to go down, and this is going to be a 75-point bell. Is there any way to contest it? I don't think so. Oh, that's painful. And Blue have got themselves into a fantastic position to win this game. Nodes are neutral, though, so there's always a way. There's always a way. It's only a 100-point deficit. can be brought back if they are able to restabilize after losing this warrior. But yeah, that Chronomancer death, like losing your support in that situation is very, very rough. It really is. Right as the Bell fight is coming up. Enigma getting focused here. He's wriggling away. Does have some good healing here. Needs to actually hold on. Uses the distort. Has blink in a few seconds. Might be able to utilize that to live. He's got some coverage. He can maybe use the port and then blink away or something on the, the Spear 5. Gets some stealth. Goes in. Tries to initiate a combo. Succeeds in doing so, but they don't really have much of a follow-up onto the enemy Chronomancer. Or, of course, the Willbender there. Blue team does have that cap. Red Thieves going in. This Chrono is like, I think Enigma needs to like reset a little bit here. Just does not have the resources to be in this fight, I feel like. And with the Necromancer pushing in, that is just a dead Chrono right there. Immediately eliminated. With the death of that Chronomancer. Is there a way out right now for the red team? I'm not sure if there is. Warrior has Defiant Stance. Is going to barely be holding on. It's going to hold on, I think, at least for a little bit longer. Has the Signet of Stamina as well, so gets another dodge out of that and the full counter. Bot Smoke, the Necromancer is down to though, and even though red team has got the cap, the Spectator's going to get in there to hold on to that, which is going to be pretty good. The Thief can kind of be annoying there. Maya being super annoying, trying to contest her as much as she possibly can, but that Bell ends the game. If that gets capped, this game is over. That's 100 points. Red team must hold, and a Thief is not going to be able to do that very effectively. Way too squishy to hold on here for any reasonable amount of time. Maya doing her best to hold on and doing a good job of it, to be fair as well. The Warrior is going to make it, I think, in order to get the nest, and Shroud is available. So maybe there's a way, but oh yeah, the Thief will use all the resources. They have to commit to this revival as well. They must get this, but no, the cleave, that Willbender cleave is pretty lethal. And of course, this allows that Blue Thief to be running around, getting all of those caps, getting that done. Decaps come through. And I think Blue Team should have got this.
Just like that, Blue Team takes a capture point.
Necro looking for the kill, and Enigma just honestly getting shoved around this game a lot, actually. Just getting bullied by the enemy team. Support definitely a vital target of focus. But now there's a double cap. And yeah, this Warrior, Tenebrae, AFKing. He knows what he's got to do. Like, red team getting the bell doesn't actually matter that much. It's just a case of standing on this note until the game is going to be over. And that is going to be the end of that. Game over. 500-381. That's the end of that. All right, moving on to the next round. It is going to be the French Worms versus Chocolate. I do think that should be very favored towards French Worms. So I think the game to watch is going to be the Master of Disaster versus French Worms 2. A very powerful roster. A powerful set of teams. All right. Let's see what we got. I think we can do a prediction here, guys. Dude, Guragashi, man, I love your energy. Like, just spamming Wicked on every message. Yeah, let's go. I like that. Let's do it. Okay. Prediction. Who wins? Is it going to be the Master of Disaster or French B team? What do you guys think? I'm giving you guys 2 minutes to get this in. Here it is. Who's on 55? It is Misha, Draza, Frey, Obindo, and Syndrana. All right, what's it going to be, guys? Vote it up. Let's go. A lot of people going for Master of Disaster here. And look, guys, this is pretty epic. I just want to point this out. If Zealous team is capable of winning here, this will be a fully French Grand Finals, except Payne, who is not French, but he's playing on French Worms. He gets to be honorary Worm, honorary French, you know? All right, then. Here we go. On the red team, it's Nezio, Necromancer, Riken, Krog, and Zealith. Playing the Daredevil. I think that is kind of very similar, kind of a similar idea to what Pain was going for. Wants to try and deal with Sind as much as possible. And then on the blue team, it's going to be Abindo, Syndrana, Frey, Draza, and Misha. Now, it's double Spellbreaker on both sides, so again, I do think this is going to be a Thief-oriented map. Complex rotations here, to be honest. This is a very complex map. You've got the 2 secondary objectives. It's a very big map as well. So tracking the Thief is going to be extremely important as well. I think another key player is, can 55 leverage Abindo? This is really important. Oh, is he re-rolling here, actually? Oh, no, he's doing the Necro Shroud thing, isn't he? Yeah. That's an interesting game mechanic, guys, to be honest. Oh, hang on. We actually do have a relog here from Misha. Let's see if he's actually cooked something here. Because, yeah, there is an interesting scenario here is... getting value out of Necro on this map can be a little bit difficult. It absolutely can. It definitely can. Oh, no, just a quick relog from Misha onto a different Mesmer, actually. Onto a Norn, in fact. See, they need... 55 need to have a plan on how they're going to get value out of Abindo. Right? Like, they need to be trying to force some 2v2s, and ideally, they want to make sure that Abindo and Misha are outnumbered significantly, right? They want to be in these 3v2s to get value out of that kind of combo here. Of course, there is a Necro on their opponent's side as well, so the blue team is also, well, the red team, rather, is also going to have a similar... Oh, but hang on! Misha actually gets caught there, gets stunned! And actually, they're going to go for him. Yeah, red team just on the warpath, they're going for it. Frey actually taken out there. Nezio is going to get that kill.
Did you see that?
So slightly different rotational styles here as well. Frey going to get blood out there as well. And now we're going to have Cinder try to get something done here. But I think, yeah, we're going to see Zealith really go from... Oh, hang on a minute. Cinder in a little bit of trouble. Gets the stealth. Wriggles away. Should be okay for the time being. The team fight still raging on here. Both teams sustaining pretty well. Ooh, Necro dangerously low, though, here. Is going to have to get healed up very quickly after he drops out of Shroud. Trying to cut away. Does he have a heal skill available? He does not, actually. That should be a dead Necro here. Oh, big barrier. Can he take the portal in time? Can't take the portal. Got stunned. And red team lose that team fight. Can Krog stall this? Nah, not in a 1v3, I don't think so. Not even on Warrior can you get away with that.
Red team got a capture point.
And red team actually able to get this cap here as well. I think Frey was not quite able to get here in time. Krog is going to replace the Thief, obviously. Ooh, Chrono just kind of just sending it, dying on the point there. Wasn't able to actually disengage away from this fight effectively. And that's a dead Chrono. That's an unfortunate stagger, actually. But red are kind of okay here. They've got their Warrior here. They've got their Warrior stalling over here. Oh, but the Thief gets caught. That's very bad news. Zealot dies, and now Krog's in trouble. No support from the Thief. No support from anyone, yeah. Good disengage, though. Pops the Rampage, runs the fuck away. Yes. Actually lives, too. Yeah, doesn't die, and now gets back on the point and contests. Needs to be careful, though. Like, living versus a Necro is not free. Like, you know, Necro is a little bit scary, actually, in these situations. Like, if it's outnumbering you, a Reaper free casting on you, you're not going to live that, even if you are a Warrior.
Blue team grabbed a capture
And actually, we almost might be seeing a Death Ix trying to hold on, gets the CC. Oh, and Houdini himself, Misha, the Master Disaster, gets in there with a brutal snipe there. Mental Boom kills Krog. Yeah, Krog a little greedy there, I think. He could have lived that, I think, but maybe a little bit greedy. Okay. And now we have red team trying to kind of restabilize themselves. Sets up a portal over there. Nezio might have to take it. Yeah, does take it. Combos with the blink for some very extreme mobility. Warrior goes in, swaps that out. Bit of a swift rotation here. Red team on the back foot, though. Krog coming back into the mix. Here we go. And now red team trying to make it happen. Thief goes for the decap. Now, one thing we have seen here is that we haven't seen the red Thief hunting Sind as much in this game. Kind of playing a bit more of a traditional Thief playstyle. Just, you know, really trying to get out on the map and find some value there. Top buff is now up. Ooh, Nezio in trouble actually in a 1v2. Yeah, the Deadeye is maybe not being matched quite as well right now. As you've seen in previous games, Syndra are able to kind of find some evasive way to get where it needs to be without being damaged there by the red Thief. Looking to get some vengeance for some of the previous games, I guess. Yeah, Nezio now dying.
Just like that, blue team takes a capture point.
Blue team with a double cap. Not a done deal yet, though, of course. This game is very much in its infancy. The points are very close together, at least for the time being. Red Thief looking for an opportunity for a decap. Doesn't see it. And actually, this is awkward for... This is very awkward for Red right now. Like, they've got mid. They're about to lose it. As Cinder, again, is not being tracked. Like, he is doing... Like, Cinder's really going for the ultimate Thief roleplay here. Like, he is being unchecked. And that is a key feature in this game. He's not being checked whatsoever. And it looks like 55 have got themselves into that kind of lock position that we kind of saw the French get into, right? Like, the French were in a very similar situation. They had that double cap. With the warrior on each side, and it's going to be kind of a Bindo holding it down. I think that's actually smart, by the way. Like, using the Necro almost as a duelist, I think, is an intelligent maneuver here. It can definitely hold its own in 1v1s, and, you know, it has enough tankiness that it can survive until assistance moves in. And that Well of Darkness does actually make it very good at dealing with warriors, too. Like, warrior, not a big fan of the blind condition. Of course, wants to get back to doing as much damage as possible to some of these support builds. And a Bindo now looking to kind of deal with this buff here, pumping away as hard as he possibly can. And Red Team still looking for an opportunity. Now, Sin did get caught in the chaos there. Red Thief able to get that elimination. I do like that. Now we need to see the Red Thief do something. What is the play going to be for Red Thief? Looks like Draza's going to be the target. They've got to get something done quickly before Cinder's back. They want to at least decap something here. Or then they don't really get any value off dealing with Sind. Now, Draza is under some pretty heavy fire here. Needs to be careful. But, ooh, actually, I was going to say maybe Misha could get here in time. But no. The damage onto Misha was a little bit... well, damage to Draza was too much. Going for the res here. That is pretty fucking ambitious, honestly, from Misha. Is not going to get that. Has to pop everything as well. He's in a lot of danger, I think. Can the Thief actually kill the support? He's dropping down there. Will the Thief actually fall? Looks like the answer to that is going to be yes, actually. Some good kiting here. And the Thief in a bit of an awkward spot. We've got bottom buff up as well. So if Misha dies here, it's a little bit spooky. Ooh, Sin shows up right at the right moment off respawn to actually save the day here. And that's going to be the Red Thief in trouble. This is an insanely important Thief 1v1. Goddamn. Because this could potentially go into Tranquility, or at least forcing a rotation to Tranquility. So if Sin can win this, this is absolutely massive. Meanwhile, Draza was fully killed, of course, and Red Team secured the altar. But Blue Team still in a lot of control of the node there. All right, then. So here we go. Who's going to take this 1v1? Is there going to be any additional rotation down here? I very much doubt it. It really is Thief on Thief here. Deadeye versus Daredevil. I think the Daredevil, again, is going to be the build that should perform better here, in my opinion. And we can definitely see that here. Sin definitely having a bit of difficulty. Of course, he doesn't have to win. He just has to not die, right? As long as he doesn't yield the buff, then he's kind of doing his job. And of course, that's easier said than done. It looks like he does want to try and turn it around, but oh, gets a bit of support from the team. Does go down. Say, can Draza actually finish this or revive this? He absolutely cannot. Ooh, and this now pressures the bottom buff. We have to see a rotation. It's going to be a Bindo or Misha. I think has to drop here. It's going to be Misha. Yeah, Misha's already here. And the support is now going to be locked here in this situation. This does mean there's no support on the map right now for the opponents. Meanwhile, Draza also under a lot of pressure here too. Red Necromancer kind of thinking about what move to go for. Where's the opportunity? Looks like we're going to go down to the bottom buff here to maybe go for a bit of pressure onto Misha. Misha and so sure Draza actually dies here. Oh no! Wait, the Chronomancer actually found the kill onto Draza. Sin going for the res. Ooh, that cleave is going to be difficult for the Chrono to get, I think. Support Chrono actually popping off. And now we have Krog moving in too. This is a little bit volatile right now. However, the point gain for 55 has been really good throughout this entire matchup here. It really has.
Red Team wins a capture point.
And Bindo and Misha holding firm down here on the bottom buff. Red Team, they need a little bit of secret sauce. They've got to get a decap. Oh, the damage onto the Red Necro is absolutely huge. Can Suffer go off in time? Yes, it can. And the support from the Red Chronomancer is here right at the right moment. But But the Necro is so still unbelievably low. Is that resable? I think it actually might be. The cleave on Reaper is relatively slow. There's the res. They continue this 2v2, but red team needs a little bit more, and they don't get it. Syndrina gets the kill on the red thief, and I think 55. They're starting to lock in a little bit. Misha, I think, is getting Tranquility for free. Can anyone get here in time? Yes, they can. The Mesmer is able to deny that. That would truly be the killing blow if that was to go through. But 55 starting to get into position here. Red team held on in this fight, of course, but certainly the superior 2v2 duo appears to be 55 here over the French team.
Stillness
And here we go. There's Stillness 55. It's been captured. They won the fight up top. And I think that's pretty much going to end the game. Frey knows he just needs to AFK on the point, is doing exactly that. Maybe if there's some kind of miracle 2v2 here from Red, it's winnable, or some insane decap. But this warrior, Nezio, is going to have to hold out 1v2 against a Deadeye and a Spellbreaker. I don't think that's very realistic. Goes for the block, but gets killed by the unblockable through all of that. That is the power of that Thief. And indeed, of course, the dagger being played by Draza on the Spellbreaker. Thief goes for the contest. Both buffs contested now. Did Frey having the time of his life over here, winning the game for his team, walking around in circles, ending the game. But, not an easy game. Not an easy game whatsoever, guys, for rank 55. 500 to 332. They make it happen. They're going to be facing French Worms in the finals. We actually have Chocolate Game still continuing. Let's see how this one's going. Yeah, it actually is, another game that's got something going on. It absolutely does. But the French Worms doing extremely well, kind of getting up to that 400-point mark with a double cap in their favor. And looking very, very strong here indeed in this matchup here. We actually have the Willbender being taken out. Is that going to get cleaved? I think it actually will be. Yeah, that Rev also, from Az is able to deliver a good amount of damage. You can really see this build start to blast in these situations. And here we have blue team getting themselves the top buff. They've got a double cap essentially off the back of that. They've got a lot of momentum here too. Chronomancer's really running out of juice. Has the distort. No way is he getting a heal skill off surely during all of that. Actually does have stability, so manages to make it happen. The very clutch channel there, but not really in any position to really rebound into this fight. And I think the Chrono's days are still numbered despite getting that healing ability off. I believe there is no way out for the red team. That is the end of that. Chocolate being obliterated on middle there with the Necromancer. And Worms, we're going to the finals, guys. Worms are going deep to the finals very, very soon to face 55, which they already beat. They already beat 55, guys. So we're going to have to see if 55 have actually cooked something up. Of course, map is going to be relevant as well. I think another Kylo is not what 55 is looking for. Let me tell you that, that's for sure. But red team here, going to be eliminated. These kills alone end the game. Deadeye going to be taken out here too, I believe, by Pain. Or not Deadeye, right? It's another Daredevil here. But no, does survive. Gets downstaged right at the end. 500 to 191. And your grand finals of the grand return of the Tournament of Legends. It's going to be French Worms versus rank 55. Okay. You better be ready, gamers. The long-awaited Omega Finals. How long has it been since Tournament of Legends? It's been a very long time, okay? I'll tell you that. But it's back at long last. Choosing the outcome. 55 win. Prediction complete. And now, another prediction, guys. We're going straight into it. Waste your channel points. Who wins? Rank 55 or the French Worms? Here it is on the red team. It's rank 55 Dragons. We have a Bindo on the Reaper. Standard Reaper build. We have Syndrina on the Deadeye. Standard Deadeye build here as well. Being played. Frey, kind of the bunker-style warrior. As you can see. Draza, DPS warrior. Misha, the Master of Disaster. Support Chrono. Giga heal with the Rune of the Druid there. Relic of the Flock. On the blue team, it's the Worms. Worms! And here it is. The big worm, Esprit. Here he is. On the Bunker Warrior. Heretic Amulet. Goku. Also another Bunker Warrior. Kill. Support, as usual. Pain, getting on the Daredevil, kind of going up against, of course, that Deadeye. And finally, Azaz. Here he is on this kind of a newfangled Condi Herald, right? Utilizing the Spear and that Tyrant Amulet for a bit of power, bit of toughness, and of course, a lot of condition damage as well with Corruption and Retribution. A lot of tankiness baked into this. A lot of big damage output. Okay, here we go. Let's make this happen. The predictions are closed. The game begins. Only one team can win. The Tournament of Legends. Not a surprise to see some pushes going out here as well. I'm interested to see blue team pushing the Thief across the map, actually, by the looks of this. I guess they're kind of anticipating that Cinderner is going to be there, and they're actually correct in doing so as well. Abindo, though, hanging back a little bit to kind of harass the progress of the blue Thief. Needs to be a little bit careful to avoid dying there as well. So red team get themselves a point early on in this game. Warrior 1v1s being set up. And again, guys, welcome to Game of Thieves, dude. Welcome to Game of Thieves. Yeah, Freya's playing Kick. I guess he's actually trying to decap, basically. He's trying to be like a decap build. Yeah, it's like decap warrior, guys. That's the tech here, I believe. That's the technology. And red team, or blue team rather, going for a big push, seeing Abindo potentially as a juicy target, but Misha responding to that immediately with the rotation in there, getting into the mix. To try to deny that. Meanwhile, of course, we are going to be seeing this Game of Thieves situation where we are going to see Pain really try to shut down Sind, I think, as much as possible. Meanwhile, Abindo is actually under a little bit of heat here. Needs to be careful. The Thief, though, from Pain also getting shut down here as well. A lot of bleeds on 10 bleed sacks. Needs to get cleansed there, or he is actually going to be in a whole lot of trouble very, very soon. Has to run away now. Disengages. And so far, 55 kind of defended the push of their opponents, and they've got the double kind of bunker down setup over here as well. So they should be good to go. Now, the French are looking for an open, because bear in mind, games like this are weird, are very, very weird. If one team gets a node, it's going to be relatively difficult for the other team to get it back, just because of these spell breakers. So, red team getting the better opener here is really, really good. For them. They're going to get a lot of points off the back of this. They're having Abindo almost be their third side noder. That makes a lot of sense to me. Able to defend over there before potentially moving out to kind of attack over here at the same time, which is now what's going to be happening here as the fight starts to begin. But can the Worms actually find a kill? They need to get value. They need to find something with this Thief. They've got to kill Sind. They've got to kill one of these warriors. Whatever they got to do, they have got to start thinking about it pretty damn soon. So Pain's looking for Sind. Okay, here we go. A little bit of danger here as well. Sind is actually revealed right now. Does not have any stealth. Probably will be able to get some soon. Dagger Storm still available here for Pain. Ooh, Sind doing really well in this 1v1, actually. Kind of fighting back there. Might even win it. He wins it, I think. Cinderella has activated, guys. Oh, narrowly survives there, does Pain. And is there going to be a punish here from Pain? He's looking for the backstab, no scope. Can he get this kill? He really wants it. The stealth from Sin with the shadow step, or the teleport rather, is good. He's able to live there as well. 80 points to 0 so far. A very good start for rank 55 Dragons. Misha getting pushed away. Time Fate Karma. Disengaging here. Oh, Pain really wants to find that kill. But the Deadeye, very slippery. That's for sure. Not an easy thing to track down. Certainly a harder map to track the Thief on than Kylo, for example. Kylo being a lot more linear. Of course, Forest being more like a triangle with the way the points are laid out. A couple of more kind of sneaky passages from one side of the map to the other. Frey does eventually die, though. Okay, that's where Worms are going to start getting something done. So Worms now have that kill secured. Can they convert? That's the big question. Can they now convert this into a kill on Draza as well? And also, can we actually have Esprit hold on? I think Esprit should be okay to hold relatively well here in the 1v2 and not die to the Thief. That's definitely going to be a big part of this here. Is Draza going to die? He's trying to hold on. He's got Defiance odds in 1 second. I think that means he probably ends up living here. Yep. Until some reinforcements arrive. He is going to get pulled away, though. We get CC'd. No Defiance stuff now. Kick also being played by Draza, by the way. Decap Warriors enabled. Misha dies on middle, so Worms are going to be able to get this middle cap here as well. If they can set up a bunker with a double cap, that is scary 55, guys. The points at the start have not been good for Worms, but now with a kill secured, Worms are going to have a bunker on each node. Oh, no, but Frey made it back. Ooh. That's actually very annoying for Worms. The fact that Frey made it back. Oh, and Esprit actually did end up dying as well. That's very unfortunate. So there's no bunker warrior for them on the mine. He will get killed relatively quickly, and I think Worms should be okay to hold on, at least for the time being. Pulling the Beast actually to go for some point gain there is the blue team. And yeah, blue are not going to destabilize here. I don't think so. Abindo's potentially exposed. He needs to be careful here. Thief and Warrior is scary there. Oh, it was actually fucking Vengeance Thief. That's actually extremely funny. Obviously not going to be able to get a kill there. Can Pain get something done here? I don't think so. He needs to be very careful. Sin is going to be here in a couple of seconds. That means Pain is going to have to run here. Like, he cannot deal with... Oh, he actually gets stunned too. Forces the stun break out. He's got to get out of here. Actually is a little bit low on cooldowns. Ooh, Pain might have been a bit greedy here. I think he was. Ooh, kill arrives, though. Saves the day. Recovers the greed. Double cap now for Worms. And now Pain's going to go for the decap. Now the Warrior's still standing firm. Abindo a little bit low here. If he's out of Shroud, he's going to be in trouble. Misha, of course, coming back off respawn. Able to resustain quite nicely. And here's the bunker. This is the bunker. 55, we almost see an inverse of the start of this game, right? Like, now, 55 have to break through. They've got to find a kill somewhere. They've got to kill Esprit, or they need to kill Goku. Can they do that? And they're going to use the Necromancer as the bludgeon to try and crack the nut. Ooh, a lot of CC coming through. Defiant stance now being used, so Warrior cooldowns being burned. Herald now rotating in. As is with the support, they're matching this evenly. The Thief from Pain being annoying, trying to deny the rotations from the opponents. Thieves are going to have to be tracked here. Looks like both of them are kind of set on team fighting for now. I have no idea what's going on in this fight, but actually Syndra gets a little bit caught, but he's able to wriggle away. That just barely gets that stun break. Disengages very, very nicely indeed. HP bars for teams looking pretty decent. Red Warrior potentially going for the Beast, but yeah, can't do that. The threat of that Thief is just too much. They cannot afford... Like, both Thieves are so terrified of the decap. They're trying to fish for the Beast, but they can't get it. Kill under a lot of pressure. Teleports back though. Nice juke there from Kill. Necromancer Abindo is a serious threat in this team fight, though. They have to watch out for that. Like, it's going to be very difficult to contend with. Nice peels there coming through from French Worms, though. The Jala Stomp is absolutely massive. The CC is very, very big as well from Azaz, getting that value there. Looks like we do have a Warrior there, going for that Beast, going for that 25-point gain. Worms creeping back up into this game. What is this Beast pull from Esprit? Esprit managed to pull the Beast all the way over. It does reset, though, because, again, Syndra just threatening that node ever so much there as well. Pain doing the same thing on the other. Both Warriors trying to PvE. They can't do anything else. Oh, but Kill is actually going to go down to there. Yeah, the Necromancer grinds down that support Chronomancer with the assistance of the Deadeye. And blue team going to have to disengage this. And yeah, Goku going to die as well. Yeah, the Necro putting in its, you know, earning its keep in this matchup, I believe. There's the decap, and 55... They deny the point gain of the Worms. It's now going to be one node apiece. It's going to retain evenness until 55 can get the cap on mid. Are they going to get it? Can the Warrior actually contest? Ooh, Esprit makes it, but this is like double. Yeah, we do have kick here, so I think Esprit, he might have to pop Rampage in order to actually hold it. Yes, he does pop Rampage to try and stand on the node until the Herald is over here, but actually that might have been a little bit too aggressive. Esprit, unbelievably low here. He's got a defense banner. He can pop that down to sustain himself a little bit, and of course the support from the Chronomancer can potentially rotate here as well, but actually so low is Esprit. He's got no health left, and he is going to die. Oh, really committed to that node there. Does get a little bit punished. Worms have to be careful. Losing a couple of kills is not ideal for them. They're still contesting, though, and here's the Chronomancer as well. It's still going to be a 3v3. Pain, or Pain. Pain kills Sind. This is a big redemption arc for Worms if they can make this happen. Very nice kiting by Sind, avoiding any position where the Thief is going to be able to jump on him. Of course, as a Thief, you're going to know every single one of those, obviously. Very important to not only your own gameplay, but understanding how to interact. Dude, the Beast! Oh my god! The Beast pulled Pain in stealth! Holy shit! That actually might have kind of saved Sind. That is insanely funny. But Pain still on the warpath. The mobility from the Daredevil is very, very nice. Very good port onto the clone there. From Sin there, trying to escape there, then ports back with the sword too. Very masterful usage of the sword main hand kit from the Red Thief. And Worms maybe trying to size up another node here. Sending in the Thief to try and deal with Draza, but Misha's here. That's going to make it very difficult to actually eliminate this Warrior. Maybe they can somehow force a decap. They do have a good chunk of damage. Warrior, again, fishing for that Beast while the Thief is kind of preoccupied elsewhere on the map. Pain rotating in, looking for an opening, trying to find an opportunity to win this game. As the warrior here, not much the thief can do here, I think, in this situation. Actually gets hit by the reveal, though. That's a little bit scary. Pain, oh boy. Pain actually in a lot. Oh dear, that is very, very, very bad. I think they actually have to res that. They are able to do so, but yeah, very big Mage Bane connecting from Frey. And now Az is actually in a huge amount of trouble too. Can he hold on? Dodges away, 1k health. Gets supported by the Chrono, lives. Just barely. In Worms, they're still looking for an opening. 55's lead is widening. They've got that double cap. Up to about 100 points in their favor yet again. And where's the opening? All it takes is a kill. It's just going to be one kill. Can potentially swing this game. This is very, very close right now. Of course, because of how close the game is to ending, if 55 can even have a single cap when they're above 400 points, they are going to put their opponents on a serious timer and force them to play for a decap. That is the only scary thing here. I'm really worried for Worms right now. Really worried for Worms. They've got to get a kill in the next 30 seconds. Or I think they're a bit done for. It looks like they want to find Frey. But Misha's here. The support is fantastic from the Mesmer. Feedback and Time Warp just covering the entire screen. Love to see that. Azza's trying to deal with Draza, but it's really, really not going to be easy. And I think 55 have done it, guys. Sind able to hold his own in that 1v1, forcing the decap. Of course, stealth means that if you have a Thief 1v1 on node, it will almost always end in a neutralization. I think 55 have got it. 440 points. Worms, they want it in Swiss. They want it hard in Swiss. But I think they aren't going to make it here on Forest of Niflhel. Yeah, as he can't really hold his own. The Spellbreaker's too powerful for the 1v1. The team fight's not quite good enough here on middle as well. Cinder might end up falling here. Pain doing a very good job in this 1v1. Some good kiting, though, by the Deadeye. He's out. He's wriggling away. Pain can get this cap. Abindo gets pulled, and he's literally typing right now. He dies, but it doesn't matter at this stage. I don't think it matters anyway. I don't think there's any universe where blue team can really recover. Oh, no, not with Frey here. Frey is still fully bunkered down. I imagine he even has a Defiant stance after this Rampage to use. There's absolutely no way this node's being conceded. It doesn't have Defiant stance, but does have Balanced stance and a bunch of evasion abilities on the Spear. Worms are done, dude. Worms are out. The War of the Bunkers. 55 wins. Fun meta, guys. Quadruple Spellbreaker. Daily reminder that people said Warrior Spear was trash in PvP. And then it was godlike. And that's it. Game over. 55 recover it from a shaky Swiss. They get it done. They assert dominance over the Tournament of Legends. They win the legendary weapon. And there it is. The Master of Disaster secures victory. Opens in 5 months, guys. We actually know... Look, how cool is that? We know when the next TOL is. March 15th, 2025. There you go. So you can already start preparing for that one. So you can try again. Turns out it's not no boys, no win. No boys, 50% win rate, I guess, with this one. But they won where it counted. And therefore, they get it done. And they win.